You're listening to Hair of the Dogcast, a proud part of the Greenlit Podcast Network. Check out Hair of the Dogcast and all of Greenlit shows at greenlitpodcast.com. Welcome to episode 93 of Hair of the Dogcast, because we all need a little controversy. My name is Tom, I'm one of your hosts. Today, we're going to be talking about our hot takes, our most controversial
our
opinions.
Sizzling opinionages.
The fajita plate
In
of
gamedom?
opinions.
Yes. No, I mean...
Careful, don't touch. Oh, really? I can see that.
Welcome to the internet's number 19 best podcast about beer and video games, and beer.
Have you actually got that metric?
No, I just made that up.
I had assumed we had
I mean, we're number
competition.
one, but I just wanted us to be humble.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We've
been at this for a while. We have to be at least in the top 75.
Of those two specifically, yeah.
Good. Who's here today?
It's me, Dylan. I'm here.
Dylan! Dr. D.
I've returned.
You have.
Welcome
And I
back,
never
D.
left.
After
In
2
fact,
weeks.
I've been living in your cupboards.
Oh my God. Like
The
little-
Dylan in the
Littles.
cupboard.
No, I prefer the Littles.
The Littles. I
Okay.
loved the Littles as a kid.
Of course you did.
I never read the books because they were just weird.
The books were very weird. You liked the show?
The show.
The cartoon?
The cartoon, yeah.
Do you remember the one where the tall, dopey one gets really drunk?
No.
What's his name?
I don't remember any of the
Tangent.
names.
Who cares?
I just remember the old guy that had like the side beard, like Martin Van Buren.
Yep.
Beer.
Dylan, I just wanted to say that I am way less hungover for this episode than the last episode, and I attribute that to not drinking with you the night before.
That helps, certainly.
Absolutely.
I still drank last night. It was
I had a couple.
fine. I actually got home early, so I really just needed sleep.
Good job. All right.
Oh, boy.
Well, it's great to have you here. Can't wait to hear some of your hot opinions.
Yeah, Dylan.
And next, we have
Ooh.
the Troopster, the Troubadour.
Ooh. Trooping so hard all over you folks. I am
he's all warmed up
Josh
'cause he's
from the what?
You're all warmed up.
Man, I
did all your talking.
I'm sizzling. I did all my speakage, my wiggling,
You're
my
wiggling.
wobbling.
The Wiggles.
Whoa.
Yes.
I have screamed through traffic to get here, and I have arrived
You did it. You made it to the good land
almost on time.
from the waterland. You're Kevin
And we're
Costner.
podcasting on the nicest day of the year.
It
it?
was nice this morning.
It's a little chilly now.
And now it's
Yeah.
it's on the downward
Wow.
slide. It's kind of crazy. We got that lake.
It was
thing.
like 80 when I left Watertown.
And we want to give a big rest in peace to Brad, who is not here on this episode. He's still alive.
He's with Mickey now.
He's just yeah. I think he's working.
Oh,
I think
welcome to me, Brad. Here I am.
Whoa, Jesus. It's like, you'll never leave.
Yes, he was down
You
in
had
Florida.
me at that voice. You have.
He was down in Florida the last week and a half or so. Now he's back up into the land of serial killers, and we want to say,
Let's be clear. That's Washington.
is it Washington now?
When I was in New York,
I mean, we got
I had people afraid of me.
Our
in
state's
New
at
York
least in the top
because,
75
Hey, aren't you
states
from
of-
Wisconsin, where there's a bunch of serial
serial
killers?
killers. Yeah.
We just got the high profile ones.
Yeah, we
If
got
we're talking,
the really
if we're
fucked up
talking,
ones.
if we're talking like your standard like serial killer to state
Johnny
ratio,
Dahmer,
it's
Eddie
still
Guinea.
Washington.
We got the cannibals. We got the cannibals on lockdown
On lockdown.
per capita.
Well,
Per capita.
really Dahmer. There's no proof Ed Gein ate anyone, so
Dress, eat. You know,
he just wanted to be them. He didn't want to eat them.
Hmm.
Jeffrey
That's
Dahmer
amazing.
was just very lonely.
he was. Speaking of lonely, we are not lonely. Because
We are
this,
together
this
forever.
Episode, yes, this episode is brought to you by the people with the coolest executive
The
producer
letter C
energy.
for cannibalism.
It's for a cookie.
Crunchy.
God, it's all the voice hour.
Executive producers, thank you for your support. We're talking about you, Brian Ward, Ryan Kristenik, Kip, you damn Kippy Kiplowski,
Oh, Kip.
Tyler Keller, Allison Smith, and Kate Conti, and Toasty listeners such as you. To find out how you can support us and all the stuff we do here at Hair of the Dogcast, please feel free to go to patreon.com/hairofthedogcast and check out all the tiers that we have for a bunch of different budgets, starting at only $1. And it makes Dylan happy. Josh is makes him kind of happy.
Hey,
when people
hey,
subscribe.
get over here and join our Patreon.
Wow, you are
Not bad.
You are flipping fresh today. We're also a proud member of the Greenlit Podcasting Network.
We are.
Woohoo!
greenlitpodcast.com. Check out those shows. You may, if you already listen to Greenlit, you might have heard our ads. And let's start by addressing the big four-armed half-man, half-dragon in the room. We
Me?
have...
I know what your third arm is. What's the fourth?
Yeah.
Well, let me show you.
Sailor.
Man, come on.
Okay,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
Mortal Kombat. We all watched the new Mortal Kombat movie.
And hey.
we are obligatorily talking about it because we are a video game.
Spoiler.
I mean-
spoiler free, or let's go spoiler deep.
You know what?
Who gives a shit? If you
I know
haven't,
it's
if you haven't seen it yet,
Do we have
you
that
don't
much
care
to say
that
about
much.
it?
I might.
That's what I want to know.
do.
Yeah.
I've got things to
yeah,
say.
there's
All right, let's
there
get
might be
to
a little spoilage, yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Skip ahead a bit.
I would say,
I don't
yeah.
know. Well, we probably won't talk about it for more than 10, 15.
I would say, yeah.
48
Skip ahead
minutes.
that. If you got to backtrack a little, I'm sure the last thing will be a joke about, I don't know, Sub-Zero.
Yeah. And you probably know what happens anyways.
Honestly.
It doesn't matter.
And maybe I should start off the review by saying that nothing of consequence happens in this movie.
Nope.
And that it is so devoid of actual plot that if you have a complaint about spoilers, then
I agree.
I don't know what to tell you. I believe I called it devoid of empathy.
I saw your text. You said devoid of empathy. I would.
Hold on, we got a problem here. What's going on?
Oh,
Did you see it pour?
okay.
Am I high or something?
Excuse, listeners. Josh is pouring a beer right now.
Does it look like it's like thick ass honey coming
because
out or something?
We drink beer on this podcast,
Look, yeah. Oh God.
What the fuck?
but he's
going
looking at
on?
it in a weird way.
Now, Josh, can you tell us what we're? Oh my God, it looks like boogers.
He doesn't look very sure of how this beer
Okay.
is
This
pouring.
is a beer from Luau Brewing out of Iowa. Apparently, these guys make some tasty stuff. This is a coconut Hefeweizen, and when I poured this, I just thought,
Yeah, this is not okay.
Is there actual coconut detritus in here?
oh, there's toasted coconut.
This doesn't look good.
Well, I'm gonna drink some because I'm curious as fuck.
Let's try it out.
Yeah.
It's got an interesting smell.
Well, it's a coconut Hefeweizen.
It's got a thick.
Viscosity.
Whoa, it's like cough syrup.
Okay. I
Is
can't
that
tell.
not? Is
Did
that?
they put coconut mash in here? Weird mouthfeels.
Yeah.
Wow, that.
It doesn't taste bad.
No, and it's not like it's just slimy.
I'm
It's-
curious
it
if it's
feels
like
weird.
if it was just like weird coming out,
Like it's
or
like-
if they used like a ton of honey in it or something,
That could be honey.
and they
Maybe.
didn't tell. But like that's a lot of honey, and honey's not cheap, so usually you never notice.
If you're
it like that.
seeing it within like the viscosity of another liquid, that's.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like blended.
Well, shit, these fucking Hefeweizens and the carbonation, this head retention's not going to go down for like
Look at
7 hours.
even the way it bubbles up.
Wow.
Yeah, well, every beer is. their
Hefeweizens
little-
are supposed to be easy.
No, it's just like
No,
look at it's like,
Hefeweizens
like
are very
this-
carbonated.
I know,
So-
but I'm just saying. There
got like
shouldn't
a
be any
stripe.
problems. They should be hassle free.
Yeah, well, nah, head retention on Hefeweizens are an ass in the pain.
Or retain
so.
your head.
Hey, get off of my beer.
All right. Well,
Tom.
we will keep you updated, dear listeners,
Yeah,
on
we're-
how this beer goes down.
If this is our
Yeah.
last recording,
Right.
As
We're talking
know
about fatality.
serum
that
and
we
the
went
death.
down with the ship.
What the fuck? Yeah, what's
so-
going on?
Back to Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
No, I saw your text. You said Mortal Kombat was lack of empathy.
Well, I knew it
would-
wasn't gonna be like
What were you
it's
expecting?
fucking like listen, I think that you can have a dumb movie like this and actually have
it is
characters that you can fucking care about.
Mm-hmm.
The way they do that is they use their fucking film shorthand, like he's got a kid and he's got a wife and he's just trying to protect them.
Are you talking about the new
Fine.
character Cole introduced?
Yes, he is your entrance into the world of Mortal Kombat.
your
So is that
Avatar.
that right there to me is the oh, you kind of fucked up there right away.
Why couldn't it just?
The new guy.
There's so many characters. Why do you have to create a new guy?
Yeah, when they brought in Liu Kang, I'm like, I didn't even think he was going to show up in this movie.
I thought the guy looked the part well.
Yeah, he definitely looked the part. His action scenes were all right.
Yeah.
This new guy Cole, though, I don't necessarily understand what the Hanzo curse is, like the Scorpion curse.
I didn't either.
He gets that weird mesh armor thing, it has like veins or
I was like
pseudo futuristic.
It was like, okay, he unlocks his power, which is like this suit.
The Arcana.
The Arcana, yeah.
Which is not a term that's
animality.
And it was like
used.
It was like for me, it was like a cross between fucking the Golden Fleece and Slim Goodbody or something.
It looked like what the engineers wore in Prometheus. The alien race.
like
it's just supposed to. Also, it looked plastic as shit.
It looked like armor to me. That's all.
Yeah, but it made him like
bad.
almost invincible. It seemed.
It's like it was a Black Panther suit. Like it seemed like he could absorb like kinetic energy with it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I saw that. Yep, absorb the energy and then.
Which usually most Mortal Kombat characters have more of a. Not something like that, some kind of a striking attack or, some form of attack, not just like, I'm cheap, I'm Wolverine, I obtain all your stuff. And
I will say, I liked how the movie started in not feudal Japan, but...
It was.
Scorpion?
1600s?
1617. Okay, but it reminded me more, I'm like, is this the trailer to the Ghost of Tsushima movie that's coming out?
I'm going to be honest with you, all that first scene... I was fine with. I was even fine with like the guy with like the frozen powers, and then
so weird.
But when finally Hanzo is killed, and he just disappears in fire, I'm like, okay, you do technically have to explain why that happened, because at no point do they explain like, oh, maybe he has some sort of link to the afterlife, or the fact that he just disappears in fire. I'm like, can some people just do that?
And I think that is probably my biggest problem with the movie is there is no setup. There is no like exposition to anything.
Or it's all exposition.
They just assume, hey, people that like the games are going to see this. They know the fucking story, or quote unquote the story. There's a fucking tournament.
A tournament which doesn't occur at any point in this movie.
Right.
They try to do the thing that they did in Annihilation, where they tried to give it like a road trip vibe, kind of. And you knew every single time a character was introduced, you're like, Jesus Christ. Oh, what's his thing going to be?
Yeah.
Oh, I already know. I've played these video games.
Exactly.
Very cool.
And I mean, at least in the 1995 Mortal Kombat, there was a little bit of setup to some of the characters, a little background just to get people into who they are. Well, this is just like, oh, there's Jax. There's Sonya.
Well, you know who they are. And some of them, my thing with the whole movie is like, I don't think you can make Mortal Kombat, the story, work in a real movie, no matter what.
I would argue.
But do they have to be so dumb? Can somebody at least try to...
The story is dumb.
Well, the story is dumb, but have you seen the newer Mortal Kombat games have brilliant storytelling, actually.
At least they really try. They go for it.
I don't like I don't like the Mortal Kombat 11 story at all.
No, it's bad, but it's also watchable.
I don't like the villains.
It's straight.
That's more like DC villains. That's one thing where they fucked up in that game, I thought. I still love the game. Still love it. Played through it.
As far as the acting goes, okay. I think Kano was the standout for me.
Yeah, he was actually awesome. I don't give a fuck.
Sure.
He was actually very entertaining, I thought.
He worked.
He was funny.
I think
Josh Lawson.
The lines they gave him are abysmal. But
like
other characters.
Mercenary.
Come on, love. I'm just like, oh, come on.
I got the laser eye now.
I got the fucking laser eye. Anyways, I don't know. I enjoyed him. Seen him in the theater. Most people laughed during his scenes. I thought they weren't too cheesy or anything, because most movies are. I mean, the movie is cheesy, but his lines were I thought they were decent comic relief. And and the fight scenes, and I'm going to give it up to Deadpool right now, because they would not have had those good fight scenes. I enjoyed the fight scenes. They were violent. It's what we wanted in the original, but it wasn't. If it wasn't for Deadpool ever doing what they did, we would not be getting action movies like that. Mm-hmm. And this took it another level of violence.
Yes, and I did appreciate the fight scenes. I thought they were really well choreographed.
John Wick choreographer.
Oh, was it? Okay. That ending, the ending fight between Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Cole was pretty sweet.
That I liked it, and then I was kind of like, so wait, like he was just waiting so he could possess his like descendant, and why would Sub-Zero then not age?
I don't know.
Because they
it's
both
Lin Kuei, baby.
Because he's Outer World,
He's not though.
but he was.
He's dead.
He was
ageless
but
now?
he was from Japan, like, or he's from
Yeah,
China.
but we don't
Sorry,
know. The
sorry,
story-
Sub-Zero's
The
Chinese.
story goes on, and all of a sudden he's in the Outer World with Shang Tsung. So,
Which they still don't. They don't explain that well either. Like there's
Like-
no like actual like.
I really think it's way tougher than you think to make that story work in an hour and a half film. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh
This
my
beer
gosh.
is weird.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
beer is weird.
So I looked
That's
up
not bad.
reviews on this beer.
Yeah.
And it's like egg white consistency. You know.
So this is how it was meant to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Okay.
I think they wanted to kind of
It
taste
is weird.
It's
What the
weird.
fuck did they use?
like an ambrosia. Like
I'm
it's
curious
like
what they use for like their malt base and everything.
Yeah,
I've
we
never
should
had
ask
a
them.
beer like this.
This is, yeah, it is
Were they
weird.
generally positive reviews?
It's got a 3.99 out of 5, which is a very high rating for a Hefeweizen on Untapped.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
But
so,
some people rated it bad because of the consistency.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest slight.
And this
I'm
is
having a
fairly
little trouble with
fresh.
this.
I just got it the other day.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, if you weren't bracing yourself, or at least
If you didn't know,
if you
didn't
didn't
know.
know, you'd be like, what the fuck?
imagine getting some of that slime down your gullet.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually don't want any more.
I'm going to join you with that.
All right.
Well,
That's
I'm
a
going
little
to drink
too
the
thick
rest
for
of
me.
mine. God damn it.
You're welcome to it.
I also thought that it was funny that this movie also had a pretty shitty CG reptile creature in it.
It was literally just a chameleon. It's like, okay, come on. Like, why can't he just be another palette swap ninja? Like, like it's almost it's not nearly as bad as the other one, but that was like early
yeah.
CG. So
You almost have to give it to those guys. At
what
least they
were,
try.
what were you gonna? I mean, maybe that was an actual like intentional. Who did he fight? Liu Kang,
Yeah,
or did he fight Cole?
Wait,
I
who
can't
fought?
remember.
Who did Reptile fight?
Kano.
Was it Kano?
Oh,
Kano took his heart.
oh, yep, that's right. That's
Kano
right.
wins.
That's right. Okay. Kano.
One of the things that always, if you're gonna put a training like montage in a
Better throw some 80s music and some.
We need a hero.
all I could think was like, man, just don't make it boring. And they just made it so absolutely boring. I'm like, now you're going to fight a little. Hopefully, you gain access to your super special abilities. Also, that mark,
Arcana.
I didn't really quite understand how the mark worked, and it goes either through the ages or it gets transferred to the person who kills you.
If you kill somebody with the
Or you
mark,
kill them.
it transfers
Yeah.
to you. You
I
are
know
now
it's-
the champion.
It's not a
of the
bad
world.
idea, honestly, but it's not Mortal Kombat's story. But neither is Cole.
Well, they have to make up. They wanted to add a certain level of depth that obviously they couldn't achieve otherwise. But if they made this like blood sport or something, don't you think they could have just done like blood sport?
Maybe they could have purposely made it a little more campy and tried to make it a little less serious.
Yeah,
I really think that's the only way you could probably make that movie good is if you kind of skip the story and just go, say you fucking start it with like the most badass fight scene of the film. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'll really capture, it did start well, I thought.
Yeah, I will give it that much.
That scene.
I mean,
yeah.
I didn't hate it. Let's put it that way. I mean, I didn't have
watchable.
I didn't have high expectations going in, and they pretty much matched my expectations. But yeah, it was watchable. It was a dumb fight movie with some, I like the fatalities. It was nice to see them.
Yeah, that was
actually
cool.
be able to fucking be violent.
Well, but for
difference.
all intents and purposes, this movie did quite well.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering it was on HBO Max as well, I assume that the number boost they got from people subscribing right beforehand was probably pretty big. So I think that this is going to get a sequel.
It is.
And a lot of these actors are signed up for, get this, 7 film deals.
7
I've
film?
heard
No,
Sub-Zero's.
probably cheap.
All I heard was Sub-Zero's got 3.
Well, they leave it so open at the end. We're like, death is but a portal. It's like everybody
Yeah.
dies. Goro even fucking dies in this movie. Which
Yeah.
why
Well, they
I
might be
wish they would
coming
have stuck
back.
with a fucking puppet Goro. God damn it.
The
You
one
didn't
that
think he
smiles
looked
funny.
good? I know that is humorous. You didn't think he looked good though?
He looked good, yeah.
I think he looked pretty
looked
fucking
good.
good.
The CG
I just
was
didn't-
incredibly spotty, but Goro looked okay.
So Mortal Kombat, was one of the first games I think where you pick your place of fight, or like they really emphasized you're gonna be fighting in this location. Oh sweet, I can fucking uppercut him to the pit now.
Yes.
So I felt like when Goro came to a house,
The
I
farmhouse.
was like, fuck you. This should be like in some really sexy.
it should be in the dungeon.
Yeah, it should be some Goro's lair. I don't know. It should be somewhere cool, not a farm.
They really
Fuck
didn't fight
off.
in Outworld, really. It was like them invading, and I think they're saving
Well,
the actual
still.
tournament for
Yeah.
the second movie. But it seems to me like you're putting the cart before the horse.
You got to get Johnny Cage fucking.
Well,
There
that
was
was-
that teaser
Gotta get in
at the
there.
end,
Yeah.
which
Gotta get in
like
there.
I can only imagine that some old loser was like, yes. Like it's just like it's not like at the end of Avengers when Thanos like turns his head and I go in the theater I go, what? And everyone looks at me like what? And I'm like, and I was pointing at the screen looking like a dumb idiot. Allie is just like, who's the big purple man? And
Who's
I'm like,
Barney?
it's the dude. It's him. And then like now it would just be like, it literally
guy with the
says
glove.
Johnny Cage and he goes, hey everyone, look, Johnny Cage is going to be in the next movie. It's not even a good teaser. It's like, it's like, okay, so we're going to have Johnny Cage in the next episode. Like how narratively thrilling.
Well,
What a teaser.
I don't know. Maybe you're thinking more about it. I think you guys thought about it a lot more. I went into the movie just like I wasn't excited. I was kind of excited, but like I was like, I'm too busy to really think about it.
Yeah.
So it's like I go there and I watch it. I'm like, all right, some of the story's not the best, but I enjoyed the shit out of the action scenes.
I did too.
Not all of them. I mean,
Right.
I at the end I enjoyed it. So and I do want to see a second one, and maybe they'll take some criticism from the first one and
Yeah.
fucking touch it up.
I will gladly.
Who knows?
I will gladly watch a second one. I
Yeah.
mean, this is just a dumb movie.
I
at
don't
least for
care
me.
that much. You
Yeah.
know, we haven't had a Mortal Kombat film in a while. They did the YouTube series or whatever, and that was apparently
Legacy
decent.
was pretty bad.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard good things from some people.
I
haven't seen it, so.
So their take on it is kind of weird. What they do is they kind of set it in our world. There's like no real mysticalness to it.
No.
It's like Reptile is just a disfigured serial killer. Baraka is literally just a doctor who fucking like augments himself with the thing.
Okay.
Sure.
They were trying to make it like edgy. I'm like,
Mortal Kombat's not edgy. They just kill everybody.
yeah.
Right.
These characters were made up within a span of less than a month. So
Yeah.
like, and then they were conceptualized and put on and like digitized, and it's like there's nothing
and
inherently
bound by like props that they could and costumes they could find at local stores.
There's nothing inherently interesting about most fighting game characters. A lot of that is stuff you project onto them, because if you like the dude with the big metal arms, you're going to think a lot about the dude with metal arms. And you're going to be like, how did that happen? Blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. When really they have no... I mean, arcade modes in any video game, like fighting video game, it's just kind of like... It's like... And then you get the title screen, or not the title screen at the end. You get the little blurb about what they did afterwards, and it's like, was that what they
After
were
you
doing the
beat
whole
it?
time?
At least they gave Jax his metal arms
I don't know,
in this movie, and didn't wait till like movie 3 to like rip his arms off.
Remember
you know?
all the old
I
like,
didn't
Mortal
understand
Kombat?
that either. Like, oh, we can grow like weird.
I didn't understand.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I didn't like Jax's arm
He's got his little
concept.
baby arms, and then like his Arcana is his arms become super
Le-
arms.
yeah.
But did his body know that he was
'Cause-
going to get metal arms at some point?
Maybe it worked. Maybe it works
beef
with
him
how
up?
you're feeling at the time.
I don't know. There's so many unanswered questions. Maybe this
Sonya's
movie's
like,
a
I
lot
really wish I
deeper.
could have a bracelet laser beam blaster.
You know,
Oh yeah, the
and she
the
just has it
rings.
right away.
She's just
You know,
like,
she
wow.
didn't have to study for it,
I thought Tenet was hard,
but
to
she
follow.
was a
Maybe it's-
badass or whatever. But she was a bad actor.
Oh, she was
actress.
Who?
really bad. The girl who played Sonya.
I mean,
yeah.
she looks physically capable of doing such. She looks like a badass. She
Yeah.
look-
No, they
But-
tend to miscast these people. I mean,
Man,
even
they
in
should have just
the-
got Linda
even in
Hamilton
Mortal-
and digitally de-aged her.
Well, what about the Billy Madison girl?
Yeah.
How'd
Oh,
she
yeah,
look
she was cute.
nowadays?
Oh, I like her little nose. I'm like, where's she?
Wants to
She's
touch the
like, she's
hiney.
adorable. Like, I'm like, where's the Sonya Blade who doesn't look like she could like? That's what I liked about her in the original one. I'm like, she's cute as a button. There's the way her lips go kind of like this, and I was you can't see it. I'm kind of
She
doing the
gets mad,
chipmunk.
and you're like, you look so
She's
cute when you get
semi-cross-eyed
mad.
sometimes.
It's just, that's I would not be able to take her seriously. Then she'd kick my ass.
All right, let's wrap
Okay.
this up.
Yep.
How many fatalities out of fucking Shang Tsung would you give this movie? I don't know.
What's the
I'll give
worst
it a
fatality?
6.5. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Which I think, what does IMDb give it?
I'm gonna give it a dead 5, right in the middle.
Right, I'm gonna
6.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
All right, I'm going 5.7.
Wow.
Shit.
Ooh.
Trending towards a 6. I don't know.
It's,
I'll watch
I
it
don't
again
know.
as long as the sequel is streaming as well.
Yeah, I will probably revisit this in probably a year or so. I just don't know like how excited I would be to do
I don't
it.
know.
Like it has to be like a drinking game or something. Otherwise, I don't know.
Or maybe
this
an
actually would
episode
make
of
a
podcast.
Yeah.
talk about Mortal Kombat.
Well, honestly, I think we're doing that for Raw Dogs too. So
Another one? Jesus Christ. Come on. You guys are crazy.
Brad had to go to fucking Disney World.
Well, he missed it. We already talked about it, so there you go. Sorry, Brad. But let's talk about headline brews, shall we? Let's get to the news. Are you guys ready? Oh, Josh has a beer on tap, one that's possibly drinkable this time.
Well,
Oh,
you
yes.
drink all yours.
I did. I was all right. I'll take a little bit.
Quantities?
Yep. I'll drink more once we
Oh,
get.
yeah, sir.
Yeah. All right. So I got a beer from Black Stack Brewing, one of the best IPA makers in the Midwest right now.
high praise.
Out of Minnesota. They did a collab with Randy's.
Roundies.
Where are we? Well, I think it's just Randy's Wired Rolling Papers.
Oh.
They did a Rolling Papers collab.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Through the Wire, 7%, standard hazy IPA.
An actual rolling paper company?
So it's brewed with rolling papers, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But that's just the collab they did. They probably just put the name on it and said, oh, this will be fun for 420.
Pass the Dutchie, baby. This one does not feel like egg whites.
That luau beer is fucking weird, dude.
That luau beard is very strange.
May they
And
collect
there-
your market
if-
says don't drink the beer.
And maybe I had to be in the right headspace
Maybe
for
it's
it.
brewed with egg whites.
They go great with
Yeah,
Hefeweizen.
I need the
What
protein.
the fuck?
Hey, must be the honey.
I'm never going to forget that beer. Headline Brews.
All right, you guys ready to get the news?
Yes.
All right.
Fuck no.
Yes.
I know you are, though.
Yes, yeah, we love it.
All right. Guys, screw PlayStation 4. Fuck PlayStation 5. Because we've got ourselves a PlayStation 180.
Oh.
That's right. Sony's decided not to shut down the PS3 and PS Vita stores after all. At least for now.
It was a fugazi. It wasn't real.
As we talked about in the last podcast of the Dogcast, the last episode of the Dogcast, this is why I don't drink. Sony had originally stated that it was going to shut down the online stores for PS3, Vita, and the PSP in July and August, sometime this summer. And we, along with much of the gaming community, Dylan, had expressed our concerns. Maybe this decision with regard to like game preservation and game ownership, maybe it kind of had a we're not really okay with this kind of vibe about it. Do you guys remember when we talked about this?
Yes.
I do. Do you? Well, anyways, I want to know what were the numbers of their sales for PS3 and PSP games during that time after they announced that?
You probably got a bit more,
Probably
but I don't
a
think
bump.
I don't think it would have been anywhere near significant enough. I can see why they changed their mind.
I saw a lot of YouTubers posting videos.
It's just
Yeah.
good. It's just good PR. I don't know.
PR. There's a lot of blowback. Let's just say on the interwebs.
Top 10 games to download before you can't download them anymore.
Well,
Right.
Sony
Watch Mojo.
Sony right now, I believe they're already aware that they have this PR problem where they seem like the most cold and like uncaring part of, because that's usually what happens when you win a console war in the previous generation.
Never
the next
fails.
one. The next one, you get to be greedy and awful.
You get the little swagger going.
Little cocky walkie.
Little cocky walkie.
Hey, aren't all the companies guilty of such?
Oh,
Yes, they are.
dickish.
Yes, they are. But this
Look at Microsoft with the Xbox One.
You heard about that system, huh?
Yeah.
always
noises.
online DR.
Sports. Or dogs. Yeah.
Do you like Connect?
The PS3 and PS Vita stores are going to remain up at least for the near future. This will allow people to continue to be able to purchase and download games for those platforms. The PSP store, unfortunately, still going to get the hammer.
Whatever. If you didn't have a PSP Go, it really
July 2nd is when that thing
I had
is.
the ones with the UMD things that you insert into them.
Mm-hmm.
The micro
Spider-Man 2
Universal
Mini
Disc.
Yeah, that thing.
Yep. Did you watch the Chronicles of Riddick?
I don't watch movies on it. Silly.
I did.
I have a copy of Hitch if you want to borrow it.
Ooh.
Oh, that
I
one.
never saw that again.
Few episodes of Jackass.
Right. Head of PlayStation Jim Ryan made the following statement on the PlayStation blog about this decision. He says, "It's clear we made the wrong decision here." Am I doing a good Jim Ryan voice? Do you want me to?
I've never heard him
affect?
speak. I'm
Jim Ryan.
I'm Jim Ryan. It's clear we made the wrong decision here. We see now that many of you are incredibly passionate about being able to continue purchasing classic games of PS3 and PS Vita for the foreseeable future. So I'm glad we're able to find a solution to continue operations. That's what he said.
So their finding of a
Nicely
solution is
done.
literally keeping the servers on.
Right.
They're just paying the
They used to
electricity
know how to
bill.
say
It's
the
like,
words.
let's keep them on. Let's figure out
Let's just pay the electricity
how we
bill.
can just shut these off without making an announcement one day.
They will, and it's going to go out with a whimper. As I've said before, a lot of these games, you think you want to go back and play most of them. Odds are you don't, especially from this era. A lot of them
Luminous. Everyone wants to play Luminous.
I've got that on the Switch, baby.
Well, some people
Cha-ching.
want to take it with. I don't know. Yeah.
It's best on the Switch. Everything is.
Oh,
No, I disagree.
Talk about a controversial fucking statement here.
Dog.
Okay.
I like my buttons to be buttons.
So, like we said, we're not
dots.
clear how long these things are going to remain up. So, there will most likely be a time when they will be shut down. It'll happen. Whether or not they figure out a way to transfer these to another server farm someday, I don't know. But for now, you can continue using the stores. So, our advice is probably get to downloading what you need to download, and
If you need to.
especially if you're like the two people not using a jailbroken PSP.
People love their collections. It's not as it's like they like it's like you, Tom. They like having their toys, but they don't like playing with them.
It's true. There are
It's-
people
it's-
like me out there.
Yes.
There's like
Me
seven
too.
of us. There's 7 of us.
But it's mainly for me, it's time. I don't have time to play.
You play with your Ninja Turtle figures. Your whole room.
They're all in a box somewhere.
Yeah. See?
Come on, dude. We're all gonna beat Shredder.
If you had time, you'd be
It's a
playing
good
with
thing
those
they're just
things.
sitting there, though, because some of those are worth $1.
There you go.
Okay. Moving on. I don't know if you guys follow Activision Blizzard that much, but Jeff Kaplan is leaving Blizzard after 19 years
Oh, Jeff.
Sounds like
at the company. Jeff's first game at the company was Warcraft 3, and then he was one of the initial quest designers on WoW, which stands for
World of Warcraft. Whoa.
Good job.
Whoa.
Good job.
Joey.
And he also worked on the infamous canceled Titan project, which was to be an MMO. But he was currently...
Astounding that never actually.
They sunk so much money into that thing.
I'm surprised they didn't do anything with it though. Like it seems to me like they could have at least gotten they could have retooled it and just put it out.
Well, they did. So he was currently the game director and / father of the popular hero shooter Overwatch, which came from his love of Team Fortress and also used assets taken from Titan, the Titan project.
I
So
imagine like Diva was part of it, and I
Yeah.
get it. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them though. They created the most popular shooter of the decade.
I was going to say, I've never played it.
It's still. I like Overwatch a lot.
Do you? Yeah.
The problem is it's like one game mode, and as fun as that game mode is and can be, like holding like lines essentially, like getting into like spaces and conquering them and moving to the next. I don't know, man. I was hoping there was like a story mode or something. When I first got it, I was like, oh, cool. These characters look really interesting. And at the time, I had both Battleborn. And
We are the
Overwatch.
Battleborn. Yes.
I had them both.
Mighty, mighty Battleborn.
And immediately I threw Battleborn in the garbage. I was like,
You and
I know what
everybody
this.
Even the company.
I tried. I
Epic.
said I spent $60 on it.
That was Gearbox, wasn't it?
It was Gearbox.
Yeah,
I said I spent,
$9.99 Battleborns everywhere. It would not sell.
no. Yeah, they still couldn't.
I think I bought one
Did you
for
play it?
$5, and I never played it.
You don't want to. It's really
think you
boring
can,
mission
no.
structure.
Yeah.
You can still play.
Oh, really?
Online
it's just
only?
not online. Not online.
Oh, okay.
So it has an offline. Wild.
It does, yeah. It does have offline.
Off the hook.
That's just some wild stuff.
Thank you.
I just remember being like, "Oh, Overwatch, great." It's this reads as, I mean, Activision and Blizzard have been awful the past few years. Can we agree on that?
Naughty boys, you're
I'd
saying?
say more so Activision has been turning the screws on Blizzard,
Well, it's the ship
stealing
of
its culture. Hey guys, ship a fucking game like every 3 years instead of waiting 10 years between games. Let's go here.
Yeah, I Overwatch 2, there's a part of me that's just like, why though? Just keep having the same game. And I know they want to sell more copies because at a certain point they're just giving out these heroes. At the same time, I'm like, maybe this is just another sign that it's literally just not the same company. It's the Ship of Theseus thing I was talking about last time. It's like, if you repair this thing enough, how is it still the thing?
Right. Speaking of sequels, yeah, Overwatch 2 was currently in development. And
Still is.
Yep, it is. And he was the director of that as well. So he left mid-development cycle. Jeff was often the public face of the franchise, appearing at BlizzCon in developer videos and Overwatch League events. So Kaplan had a statement. He said, "I'm leaving Blizzard Entertainment after 19 amazing years. It was truly the honor of a lifetime to have the opportunity to create worlds and heroes for such a passionate audience. I want to express my deep appreciation to everyone at Blizzard who supported our games, our game teams, and our players. But I want to say a special thanks to the wonderful game developers that shared in the journey of creation with me." So no reason for the departure was given by either Kaplan or Activision, but just want to restate that he is leaving in the middle of development of Overwatch 2. You're the lead developer.
Now think of it
the
this
lead
way.
designer.
Think of it this way, though. The Hausers, or the last Hauser brother working on in Rockstar, he also left in a similar fashion. There is one left, right? Sam is still there. Dan left.
Dan left.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Dan left, but maybe this is like the whole thing now where it's just like, well, now, I've winded it up. Now I can set it loose. And maybe he does actually want to do something else. Maybe I'm being cynical, but it's also just like, if you got the core part of the game done, you don't need the director for a ton more stuff after that.
That is true.
A lot of it is literally like you have co-directors and you have like producers and stuff, and they can all just be like, now just clean it up.
Yeah, and like we were saying before, with Activision's relationship with Blizzard, it's been a bit bumpy the last few years, to say the least. Activision has laid off 800 people in 2019, and then recently we talked about them laying off people in their esports division, and maybe he just saw the writing on the wall. There's been an attrition of some of the more senior leadership at the companies as of late. So maybe he saw the tides changing and he's like, I'm going to get the fuck out. And then maybe were creative differences.
New warlord in town.
That's right. His name's Bobby Kotick. He's coming. I'm going to take all your money.
Buy more Tracer DLC skins.
Go to Pornhub. Google Tracer. No, don't do that. Okay. Jeff, we wish you the best. I'm sure you will find a new gig somewhere. You probably already have something lined up, dude. Honestly.
Maybe he's going to meet with Ken Levine.
Maybe. For sushi one night.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they'll both gripe.
Yeah.
Why can't video games be art? I don't know what Ken Levine sounds like. The beautiful woman I created is getting porn made of her. I don't understand why.
It's ridiculous.
She's like a daughter to me. Is she? Do you remember when he said that?
No. He said
my
that?
God, yeah.
Tracer was a daughter?
No. Ken Levine, he was like, when they kept making like Elizabeth porn,
yeah.
Like he was just like, this is just awful. And I'm like, the really like beautiful, like
I was like a bad
chick
uncle to her.
who looks exactly like a Disney character. Yeah, people aren't gonna make porn of that.
No,
okay.
Of course not. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
that was a big thing. That's actually, he was just like, why would you even try that? I'm like, I don't know, dude. They made
Ken.
There's porn of everything. Let's be clear.
Honestly,
Yes.
I don't want to say I've seen it, but I've heard.
I've seen it. I didn't whack off to it.
Okay. All right, moving on. Hey, guys,
What's up?
Do you think we're gonna have an episode where we didn't talk about GameStop?
No.
Because that shit ain't happening. No. The retailer Funko Pops is cleaning house. GameStop CEO George Sherman is stepping down and will be leaving GameStop on July 31st. As a stipulation of his departure, Sherman is entitled to, quote, accelerated vesting of his over 1.12 million shares of GameStop, which as of last week was worth in the ballpark of $184 million, thanks to the gains to GameStop's Reddit volatile stock.
Ooh, boy. I would get out too.
Yes, as of this
I don't
morning,
need to take that to the moon.
I checked the stock price this morning. It was up to $181.
Today it spiked. Yeah.
Yeah, it spiked.
Yeah,
I think it spiked like 20-something bucks.
it could be. I think today actually, it might be breaking news, but GameStop had a sell-off of additional shares of stock because they were like 3.5 million shares, I think.
So there wasn't enough of those, yes.
Yeah, they're trying to cash in on the high stock price and raise capital to fund some of their investment. And
Well, they're you can tell they're panicking there.
177,
Like, this is the
77
attention.
right now.
This is the first. I think we still have
177?
like being highly valued. This company like now is just like, well, we're not used to that. So like, I'm sure they're panicking still. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are just like this. I don't want the attention of this. I don't want to deal with this. Like, you're only going to scare people off the more you invest in this. I mean, the people. God bless them. I love what's happening here, but because money's fake. But
it is.
it's
just
quite
a concept.
fake. It's literally just fake.
Nah,
the gold
Doge-
standard hasn't existed for
Dogecoin
a
ain't
while.
fake.
Dogecoin is fucking real. Dogecoin.
Oh, puppers.
27 fucking cents a share.
It's not
Yeah.
bad. I bought in at 0.01. So
So
Yeah.
GameStop's
bank owes
been
me some
just
money.
GameStop has been kind of discombobulated or just been all shook up since Chewy co-founder and billionaire Ryan Cohen bought his way into 12% of the company. That happened right around the spike of the GameStop stock.
Yeah.
Was that back in January? So he's the guy that wants to turn GameStop's focus away from the brick and mortar stores and more into the e-commerce space of things.
they want to like, I mean, we've all witnessed the rise of this. Like, they're selling like Harley Quinn statues and like anime stuff. Like, they're selling shirts. Like, I don't know. I don't mind browsing a GameStop. I'll look
There's
around.
nothing wrong with
Yeah.
it. That's like stuff that is appealing to gamers,
Yeah.
you know?
It
The
is.
games themselves, not so much, but
But yeah, I think his vision is let's get away from the actual physical stores because the fixed costs of leases and the employees that work there, and electric, whatever, like that's cuts a lot into a company's bottom line, especially a company that's struggling during pandemic times. But his influence has definitely been spreading, and it's been leading to shakeups just around.
they're going to sell dog toys.
Probably that come with subscriptions.
Chewy
that
is like a delivery service for
It's a
animals.
delivery.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a pet place.
But back to George Sherman, the CEO, he will be foregoing some other exit perks of his deal, which most were performance-based, worth roughly 587,000 shares, mostly because the company did not hit the performance targets when he was CEO. But he will remain on the GameStop board of directors for the time being. He said he refused compensation for that position, but it is projected that Ryan Cohen is going to end up being the head of directors when they vote in June. So
Whatever happened with Reggie?
He's gone.
yeah, I was going to say
When did he gone?
a couple weeks ago. Well, he's
okay.
he's still there. He's leaving soon, but I wanted to say that this was reported a few weeks ago. But Reggie's leaving after about a year on the board, and he's also joining 7 other members who are stepping down this summer as well, including a former Walmart CEO and the CEO of PetSmart. Yeah, Reggie's out, and so is pretty much like half the board, or however, 7 people is a lot of people off the fucking board. So
It's a real red wedding.
it really is. Yeah, there's a new sheriff in town. And he's going to sell you pet toys with Game Informer subscriptions.
He wraps them in Game Informers. He tosses them at your doorstep.
I can see it happening. I can see it.
Squeak.
So yeah, that's some GameStop news. Kind of just as an aside, I actually worked with George Sherman, or I was on a call with him. He used to be the CEO of Advanced Auto Parts back in the day when I was on a project for AAP with my job. So we're basically besties.
Yeah.
You know.
What kind of auto parts did you guys do?
I did none of them.
Okay.
I did 0 auto
Good.
parts, but I helped their warehouses out.
They definitely need the help.
They did.
I could tell.
Their headquarters, Roanoke, Virginia. Very scary landing a plane in Roanoke, Virginia, because it's a prop plane, and this place is in the airport's like next to a mountain, so you have to do the circular landing. It's not like a straight landing, and it's scary as shit, and you feel like you want to die.
Fun.
There you go.
I'm not going to do that, Tom.
But Roanoke, Roanoke, Virginia, a very nice town. Very nice town. Okay, moving on to the next story. We are wrapping this shit up.
Ribbity
We're getting to the
rap
end here. Despite a bumpy launch, Cyberpunk has sold over 13.7 million copies.
Ooh, and I bought
since
half
it
of them.
launched, propelling CD Projekt Red to its best financial year on record. CD Projekt also reiterated that thanks to over 8 million pre-orders, I don't know who would pre-order this fucking game, the game was profitable before it was even released on December 10th.
The hype was big
Yes. So
for no reason, really.
Don't believe the hype.
they
Never.
Flavor Flav said that.
R.I.P.
I call him.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, good,
He's still looking for love.
good. Humpty Hump.
Sure.
Oh, shit. Shaq
Big
G
clock.
died.
Shaq G died.
Dude, I saw him at Summerfest.
Did you?
And Mixmaster Mike was there.
What?
And I went
Really?
by myself, and
Yeah.
it was fucking awesome.
R.I.P.
That's it. Yeah, Shaq G.
Stop what you're doing.
Fuck. I'm about to ruin.
Yeah, they broke down some other data here on the game if you're interested, because I'm going to read it off. 53% of all Cyberpunk sales were on PC and Stadia. 73% of total copies were digital. Due to the rough shape the last gen versions launched in, the game was pulled from the PlayStation Store 4 days after launch. Still remains unavailable for download. But despite this fact, 28% of the total sales.
Not on my console.
No, you're right. Not on my console.
I'll have to try that game out again at some point.
Yeah, 28% of this total sales were for the PS4 version, with 18%, I think, on Xbox, and the rest on Game Boy Advance, I guess. I don't know. They didn't break that down.
Well,
But
people wanted to take. Well, I can understand why people wanted it on PC. They knew it was a high spec game.
absolutely, yes.
They wanted their ray tracing.
Who doesn't?
I do.
Man, I mean, I played Witcher 3 on the PC. I wanted my Tress effects.
It
but,
looks so good
man.
on the PC.
Yes,
I love The
does.
Witcher 3 on PC.
It does look good. CD Projekt Red divulged that it offered 30,000 refunds for the PS4 version, which
That's
equated,
not even a lot.
It's not.
No.
It equated to
Was that
about
10%?
it's basically $2.2 million. Yeah, it really. I'm looking forward to playing the game when the next gen patch comes out. But God, I've been totally forgetting that this game exists. It's so
Partially
weird.
because it's still at my house.
There is that. But
I look at the cover every morning before I go to work and I go, that does exist.
one day, game.
I'll figure
day.
if I ever get it.
Right. Let's do this one beer you got here, Josh.
Tom, let me tell you about the beer I got, huh?
For the
Oh,
last story.
jeez. Stop it, man.
Tom, you're a card. Stop doing that silly dance.
Jeez.
Hey.
Guys, you got to see this. Anyway, stop it.
Apologize. I'm gonna
Denver
keep doing
Beer
it.
Company. We got
Look
a
at
beer
me.
from Denver Beer Company. Peanut butter graham cracker.
The Denver Beer Company.
The Denver Beer Company.
I love articles.
Peanut butter graham cracker porter.
This sounds delicious.
This sounds like
Damn
a Tom-ass
Skippy,
beer.
it's smooth. Peanut butter's our jam. There's little things up there that says that.
Oh, I get it.
Cozy up in a fire. I don't know. I guess graham crackers.
Wow.
Pack it out. Pack it in. 5.6%.
Okay,
Let's hope with that low of an ABV, this has a little flavor.
it's ticking all the boxes.
Cheers.
It
Yes.
just it sounds
This-
delightful.
This is a snack I used to have all the time, is peanut butter on a graham cracker.
No, I've never done that.
You've never done it?
No,
I usually put it on
Do it on
bread.
chocolate like chunks,
Hold on.
like Hershey's. I have
Well-
a s'more.
Here's what I did. I would either get the plain stuff, or sometimes my mom would buy me the cinnamon graham crackers with
Yeah.
peanut butter on that.
Man,
Oh, I can
you're like
see that.
fanning yourself. You got the bacon.
about
Getting
like
a
a-
little hot here.
what about
I
like
gotta
a-
tell you, it's one of my favorite flavor profiles.
How about a grilled peanut butter sandwich with bacon and graham crackers?
What are you, Elvis?
I'd
Sounds great.
bacon on that.
Yeah.
You know what?
Crispy.
I'll do it tomorrow.
There you go.
I'll make it.
Yo, I
Hashtag
want
goals.
pics. No,
So-
no clothes.
You want to know
on.
what? Next time I'm here, I'm actually going to bring this. I'm
Okay.
gonna make it.
You're gonna
Don't tell Brad.
Actually, you're gonna forget
Brad will
about
get
it.
some, but
You're gonna forget about it, and you're not gonna do it. I got money on that.
okay. Well, if someone reminds me, I can do it.
How
about that?
Okay,
Dylan, the bacon sandwiches with the peanut butter and the graham crackers. Remember?
Y'all just start slapping me, and I'm like,
All right.
"Stop."
So back to this beer, this lovely beer that we're drinking. This tastes like a 5%er.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a nice little snack.
Yep.
I'd
not
rather
as thick
have.
as I thought.
I'd rather have a fresh Belgian Beaver peanut butter milk stout than
Right.
this, but
With 11% alcohol, just fucking
no, it's only 5.5.
5.5.
This is nice. It's
800
super.
calories.
This one's 0.1% more.
This one's super drinkable though. I
It is.
could have multiple of this.
Yeah.
Now, if it were the other kinds that we've had in this kind of vein, I don't think I could do more than one.
Oh
Right.
yeah, the Thicky Imperials. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like those are. It's a a time-consuming taster.
Yeah.
it
and
is. And if you're watching your figure, this is probably a better option for you than the big
Ooh la
one.
la.
calories are there, but man, just it's not that much of a difference.
No.
No, if you just go for it.
I mean, if you're gonna be doing it anyway, I've always said
Just
like,
do it.
You ever go out to eat with someone and then like they order the salad and you're like, why? Why though? Like,
they got
you
the
left
fucking
house.
grilled peanut butter sandwich with bacon and graham crackers here.
I like a good fucking salad, so I will be that guy sometimes. Just warning you. If you have a
We're gonna start
problem,
calling you Chicken Caesar
you gotta-
Tom.
actually, did you know I actually had a nickname, Chicken Salad Tom?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Is that
God,
going-
that's so coincidental.
It is
That's
crazy.
fucking funny though.
Yeah.
Why? Because like you always brought chicken salad to work.
No, I would go to bars and like order their chicken salad, but I always got the same thing. Like
you don't want wings?
Picture do you like dead-eyed staring ahead, kind of wobbling, and then like you're just like forkfuls of lettuce and chicken. It's like
He's got that big green in his teeth.
yeah. It's like in the Old West, there'd be like wanted posters of me, and it's like wanted chicken salad time.
I think you've
that
had
is-
enough salad for today. It's chicken salad, Tom.
I've been reading a lot of One Piece, and everyone's got like a nickname that would be like on your pirate wanted poster.
Okay, right? Yes.
It's like chicken salad Tom. Was it that they just wanted to leave the Caesar out? Was it always a Caesar or never?
No, it was sometimes it was a Caesar, but this was the Exonia pub where I got the name from, and they only had one chicken salad. So either got it with grilled chicken or fried chicken, and it was always grilled.
Oh gosh, yes, of
Piece
course.
of Texas toast. Sometimes I just did it for the Texas
Carbs.
toast. You gotta have the carbs.
Oh,
Was it? But you got to treat it like a crouton.
Yeah.
Throw it on there. Yeah,
guess.
just
can
break
you
it up.
cut my Texas toast like a pizza?
No, you dip it in the ranch dressing. Okay, moving on. This is our last story.
I more blue cheese. It's
when are we
just
gonna
weird.
have a food cast?
We will have to do a special.
Do it for the summer one.
Video game food cast.
Yeah.
Honestly, for that we could.
Panic restaurant talk all day.
There we go.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. This one, I don't know. This story just kind of broke today, and I don't really have a lot to say about it. I'm sure other podcasts
You don't have to say anything about it.
and outlets will probably have more to talk about it,
How
but
dare you?
I'm just kind of like, oh, corporation has nefarious plans to get people to spend money. EA really wants people to spend money on
You're
loot
gonna
boxes,
start with EA.
according to a recently leaked PowerPoint deck. I don't know. Do you guys see this at all?
I saw it. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
These internal slides, they were leaked to some website. I'm sorry, I should have cited it. I'm sorry.
Website.com/EA Sports.
They pertain to the run-up to the launch of FIFA 21, and they mention ways that EA is planning on funneling people who play the game to buy into the FIFA Ultimate Team mode and like the packs, which relies essentially on random card packs that contain players, I think, and stat boosts. I don't play FIFA
Skins
21
and crap,
or
yeah.
Madden Ultimate
You
Team.
have to buy the legs now.
Maybe.
Otherwise, they're just hobbling around the field.
Can't kick the ball. I just keep trying.
Yeah.
If they touch it with their hands, it's illegal, so they have to use their heads.
Yeah.
And in the deck, they the internal deck, they say like they're hurting players to the microtransactions. It doesn't just pertain to people playing the Ultimate Team. They're trying to get people who just play the career modes and maybe shit that doesn't have to do with like.
What's coming next is they're going to charge for roster updates.
Well, it's
just a weekly thing normally that comes with these games. That was free.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the next thing.
So here are blurbs. I have some blurbs from the PowerPoint. Here's one. Players will be actively messaged plus incentivized to convert throughout the summer. Here's the next one. FIFA Ultimate Team is the cornerstone, and we are doing everything we can to drive players there. All roads lead to FIFA Ultimate Team. Content teasers targeted Aruba messaging will drive excitement and funnel players towards FIFA Ultimate Team from other modes. I mean, the concept isn't new, but it kind of flies in the face of EA's previous insistence that they're not trying to push players into buying microtransactions. If players want to buy the loot boxes or these packs, these randomized packs, it's because they want to, and why not because the game is basically forcing you.
But you're not going to unlock that Mia Hamm card.
Hey, I'd pay for the Mia Hamm card.
But you gotta get it in a random pack, where you're gonna get nothing but Cool Runnings bobsled team guys instead.
Yeah,
I prefer that.
Until you
I
get
want
the
John
Mia
Candy.
Hamm.
I want John Candy out on the field.
That's
That'd be cool.
The bonus one. It's the hardest one to get.
Oh shit!
You're gonna buy a lot of loot
it also
crate
flies,
boxes.
and it also I don't know. It just counteracts their whole just bullshit insistence that loot boxes are not gambling. Remember when all these EU countries were taking them to task and having hearings, whether loot boxes are gambling or not.
You don't know what content you're gonna get. You might get some really good players or cards or whatever you want to call it.
Same concept.
And then you might be like, fuck, I spent $10 and got like the worst thing possible. Every single player I hate more than anybody, you know?
Yeah.
I just...
It is a gamble.
It is. I totally believe in that. It's just very funny that people are like, I'm my own man. I'm an independent thinker. And I'm like, no, you're not. No one is. Get over yourself.
Right.
Like, we're all technically being subtly manipulated every day of our lives. I'll tell you what, I've been playing Death Stranding, and boy, howdy, I've bought a lot more Monster energy drinks than I ever have in my entire life. And that's hard to say. So...
Hey. Yeah.
I mean, listen, I gotta fuel up.
I listen to a shitload of podcasts, and
Dylan,
I have
you're a
subscribed to Blue
monster.
Apron multiple times. So
I've done Blue Apron once. I bought stock in Blue Apron because I heard so much.
Dude, nice. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to bring this up because it did kind of come out today, or it came out I think yesterday, and then today EA responded and said this is just the product of sensationalized journalism or something like that, and was denying like, oh no, that is not what we meant.
Fake
Neat.
news. Fake news.
EA doing EA things.
EA doing EA things. So
I'm
Yay!
not surprised.
yeah,
I mean, we could.
it's into shit.
It's not even that as if we can like just insult them to death. Like they're
Still
like
gonna win.
they're a monolith. They're like
Right.
bigger than us. It's like trying to tear down a pyramid. How are you going to do that with your bare hands?
Right. And
We have our voices.
and I don't want to like
Gamer power, guys. Am I right?
right? I don't want to pass over it, and like I don't want to say it's not fucking disgusting, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah.
of course they're gonna do this.
It's kind of a big duh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
exactly.
Yep.
But you know what's not a big duh?
Whoa,
The Greenlit Podcast Network.
you should check that out.
That's right. Right now, because we're gonna take a break, and we'll
Break
be
it down.
back with what we're playing, and then, guys, buckle up. We're gonna divulge some of our gaming hot takes, gaming controversial
I'm
opinions.
getting sweaty already.
It's going to be knockdown, drag
My
out,
underwear's all awkward right now.
Rock and roll party in the streets.
rock and roll party in the streets. All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Welcome to Casual Magic, the show where we explore the fun side of Magic the Gathering. I'm your host, Shivam Putt, and each week we delve into everything from casual formats to explorations of creatures and card types to interviews with designers of the game. At Casual Magic, we believe that it just isn't Magic without the Gathering. Come along and play.
Hello everyone, we're Superhero Stuff You Should Know, and if you think you know about superheroes and comic books, think again.
We got romance. We got action.
Romance?
We got comedy. We got everything you need, man. Come on down to Superhero Stuff You Should Know for all your superhero needs.
I don't know about this romance. What part are you talking about?
We've got all kinds of sketches and then deep dives on top of that. Come on down to Superhero Stuff You Should Know.
All right, so come on down to... Wait, why did I say come on down? To Superhero Stuff You Should Know.
Part of the Greenlit Podcast Network.
All right, gentlemen, welcome back to episode 93 of the Dogcast. We hope you had a fun break, dear listeners. We sure did. And before we get into our topic of the show, let's just run down anything that we're playing. If anybody wants to say anything, say your piece now. Josh, how about you? Have you actually played a game since we... One game. Have you picked up a controller?
You know, I forgot. A few weeks ago, I played Sea of Thieves.
Oh, you did?
That game's
Yeah.
fun.
But you didn't play with us.
I didn't.
The fuck,
Why didn't you ask
man?
us?
Oh, and get this. And now
own it.
I used my 3-month. I had a Black Friday deal, 3 months for 2 months price.
Game Pass?
Game Pass.
Okay, yeah.
And I plugged it in my Google account, assuming that apparently I have had the hardest time trying to get rid of or change out my email. From my old email I haven't used in many, many years.
Oh, for yours.
So now I have
profile?
it under my current email.
Yeah.
And I, don't want to lose all the shit I have on my old profile. So I haven't even bothered trying to fuck with it.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to waste these 3 months on a Game Pass with not using it because I spent like an hour trying to get things to cross over or
So you're trying to
there's
get
no
your new
options.
email?
I almost got to call them or something.
Yeah.
But like,
There's got to be
geez.
an email service you can be like, hey,
I
listen, this is the
spent
thing.
an hour just clicking through a million options over and over.
And they always lead you back to the beginning.
Yeah. Oh god, and it makes me hate Xbox more because I've had these problems with Xbox and signing up for shit all the time.
I've
Well, look
had-
at their fucking UI, of course.
I had to update shit for my profile, including email address. Did you go to the Xbox site? Because I was redirected to an actual Microsoft.
I was on Microsoft.
Okay, yeah, that's probably the same place.
And that's no help. It was late at night too. I didn't want to call and deal with that shit then.
Right.
But it's
well,
like,
you call and say, hey, man.
hey, I'm wasting my fucking Game Pass hours on you.
Yeah, maybe they'll give you like a full year. Like,
Anyways,
oh, we're sorry, sir.
so I did play Sea of Thieves on my last day of my other 3 month.
Okay.
When they did 3 months for like $1 or something.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So I did play that.
did you enjoy it? Were you playing with like randos?
Some of it was I had it online where somebody could join me, but no one ever did.
Oh, you got to play with people. That's the,
Okay,
that's
so
the-
yeah, it was.
Unless you want to
kind
sail
of-
that schooner on your own.
I can see it's
Yeah.
kind of enjoyable, but like, yeah, it didn't really. I couldn't attack the shark. Oh, come on, man.
Well, so that game is actually brilliant when you get later into the game. I actually played with randos, but everyone kind of understood what they were supposed to do. And then they would just be like, literally the person would be like, okay, well, you're going to go northwest, and you're talking to the person who's got the map. Then someone's like manning the cannons, or they're in the eagle's nest and they're
steering,
taking a look
yeah.
around, because you can just
Yeah, I got the-
attack anyone.
I got the crack in the show pretty
Yeah.
early on in the game, and then I didn't see it for like 3 more hours. I binged it for probably like 3.5 hours.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
That game just plays really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt kind of played out by the end. But like,
Sure.
it was just by myself. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, it looked good, but
I think
yeah.
if we all played it as a group of fucking swashbuckling pirates,
bunch of pirate asses.
I think we.
Tom, you and I had a blast. It was like
That was the only time I
last
played
year.
it,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to play anymore because I'm like, I want to play this with us. You know.
Yeah, I know.
I've mentioned
yeah.
that a couple times.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I had so much fun. We were
was
just
great.
playing instruments, and we were just.
Oh, I
cutting
did
people
that
up.
too.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Laura kind of got a kick watching me play my instruments.
Yep, she does. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Hey. Yeah, that's a good game. We should all try it again.
Yeah.
You really should. Yeah, we'll get you that 3 months. We'll call Phil Spencer.
Yo, Phil,
hook
you
you
owe
up.
me a few.
Lifetime membership.
Owes me a month.
He does.
A whole month.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. Well, congrats on playing an actual game.
I know.
You're getting back on
You
that
know.
horse, baby.
No. Ghost of Tsushima. That's
Is that
it's next.
on
Yeah.
the docket?
Cool.
Yep, it's on
Do you have
top
it
of my
physical?
stack. Yeah, I got physical.
When you're done, can I borrow it?
I gotta talk to my Ghost of Tsushima guy, but possibly.
I got a guy.
Okay.
I can't wait to fire it up on PS5 because they got like a 60 frame a second mode. Plus, I haven't played any like the free
online.
DLC stuff that they brought because
What
there's a
is
whole
it,
new like co-op mode.
30 to 40, 50 hour. What was it again for the game?
Whew, I would say about 60.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I did
I probably will never finish
a
it.
lot of stuff. You
But-
can mainline it. Maybe you like it.
I think I will.
Go with your heart.
Follow your heart.
Don't see a time.
Yeah, I mean,
a time
well,
frame and say
hey,
like, that's
hey,
not for me.
hey.
If you like a game, you'll finish it.
Yeah.
You'll finish it. All right, Dylan.
I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise.
Ooh, from your grave.
Rise from your grave.
Welcome to your Monster Hunter.
So I've played a lot of Monster Hunter games in the past. It never really sticks.
But
I
not
always
enough
think,
to call it Monhun, like all the kids do.
do they call it that?
Yeah, I've heard it called that. It's like tendies.
That
to me.
fucking
Doesn't even
sucks.
sound good.
That fucking sucks. It's
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
tendies. You want to try my chicken tendies?
Yeah, before we
Chicky
were
tendies.
recording people, we digressed
I want
about
my nuggies, Mom.
things people say that piss
Yeah.
us off. Like chicken tendies.
Pupper, doggeroony.
Ooh,
Fuck
Hey,
off, everyone.
doggeroony.
Fuck off, internet.
I've never heard Doggeroony.
Doggeroni. They've always got They've always got a cute, dumbass name for something. I've been playing the game. I've bought a lot of these games in the past in hopes that it would somehow hook me. I always think that it's something that I would really enjoy, and for the most part, I do for a little bit, and then I completely fall off. Not so with this one. I even played World.
What makes it different? What's hooking you?
It is literally the environments are more interesting. You have this thing called a wire bug that actually gives you verticality, and you're kind of moving around, and you're actually like getting lays of the land. You get better like strategies for hunting these monsters. You also have a giant dog that you ride around on, and one of the issues I always had is that sometimes you traverse these maps, and it's just a little too slow. And I was like, well, it's like I get that this is supposed to be methodical. You're hunting something, big badass monsters,
Right.
and this time it clicked right into place. I was immediately just like, oh shit, I know this.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I had so many false starts before that I was just like, I can get invested in this specifically.
Okay.
It's the mission structure is easier to understand.
Is it like Monster Hunter Light? Like a or is it still? Is it
It's
like a
full
sequel
fledged.
to?
It's
okay.
made with the RE engine.
Okay.
So on the Switch, this thing runs like a goddamn dream.
Awesome.
I don't really see a ton of loading screens. And for a game that looks like this running on the Nintendo Switch, that is kind of crazy. If you understand anything about it, if like even The Witcher has insane loading screens on the Switch. So I'm playing this thing and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm fucking getting it. Like people fucking love Monster Hunter in Japan. I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah.
And
Huge.
And people love it here now too.
Yeah,
it's
they do.
Capcom's biggest seller now. Is literally Monster Hunter games.
They're making a movie too.
It already is a movie. It already came out.
Oh, I knew that came out.
Came out in January.
Yeah.
It went to the dead zone.
I heard
Apparently appropriately so.
Yes.
I heard it happen, huh?
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took a break from Resident Evil games and put everybody into Monster Hunter or a movie. Yeah.
And there's just something about it. I'm fully invested in it. The inventory system it's not giving me a fucking headache. Finding stuff, like there's a lot of auto crafting because a lot of the stuff in the old ones is like you find a bunch of materials and then you have to go into the menu to craft it out. But for this one, it's just like, you know how to make potions, dog. You get herbs and automatically we just make potions for you. So it's like, all right, cool. Like I don't have a lot of the stuff that I found annoying. I don't have to think about anymore.
Okay.
So you're taking that away. Then it's all just choosing weapons and finding weak points on monsters, and it's literally just about positioning. So it's like Dark Souls without auto lock is how I would best describe it. I'm a Switch Axe player. an axe that mid-swing can transform into a sword, and then you have a different type of move set.
Oh,
And it's huge.
Very Bloodborne.
It's fucking crazy. It's fucking beautiful. And then I also play what's called the hunter's horn, which is just this big instrument you bash against animals, and then
Does it make like a wong
but
noise?
if you're playing with other people, you can kind of boost their stats. So you're kind of a
Okay.
bard. And there are a ton of cool weapons to go through. The rest of the game is literally killing monsters, taking their flesh, turning it into armor to beat the next biggest thing.
I've never understood the end game to those games. Is there like one big monster, like final boss monster in those things, or is it just
So
like
about
you
so
kill
about
them
a
all
third
and you're
a third
done?
away through all of these, there's always like a big monster you're technically supposed to fight. And this one is called the Magnamalo. It's like this kind of shogun looking
marshmallow.
like tiger thing. It's huge. It spews poison and like dark energy. I don't know, but it's on the cover of the. It's on the cover of the game. It's like the high profile new monster. You beat that, and then the rest of it is challenge modes, and they'll intersperse newer like apex predator monsters in between them. So the end game is literally just getting the best quality materials, crafting the best stuff, and just fucking having fun with your friends.
Awesome.
It's very relaxing.
Did you say this already? Would this be a good first entry
Yes.
for someone to play?
Yes.
If-
It's
a noob.
It's going to confuse you a little. World is maybe the best starting point, I believe, still, because that game it's really good. Aside from your handler, there's a character in the game who kind of gives you your missions and quests, and she's really fucking annoying. Yeah. And this one, literally, it's just a hub area, and people don't talk too much.
Okay, good.
And you just get the mission and you fucking go. You craft your shit with the blacksmith. You buy all the materials you need for the hunt. You research the monster that you're hunting, and then it's just like, there you go, buddy. One of the cool things they have is they actually have a tower defense game now, where you're defending against hordes of monsters. It's called Rampage mode, and you're setting up ballistas and auto cannons and stuff while you're helping to hunt these animals and keeping them away from an end gate.
Okay.
It's
I see.
actually it's a lot of fun. I don't know how much I'm going to delve into it, but in order to get to the end of the game, I assume I'm going to have to do a lot more. I like this game a lot. I don't know how long I'll be playing it. I'm going to assume that's all going to be based on how many friends I have who are actively going to want to do it.
Okay.
I'm not looking at you like intently.
Hey, please,
No.
God, somebody play with me.
There are guys on the Discord there. I'm gonna hook up with them. I just really wanted to get far enough in the game where I didn't want to feel like a noob, like I had all the bad armor. Because there's nothing more embarrassing than being like the.
Oh,
You bring a pop gun to like a big battle. It's just like no, it's just
it's
like
part of gaming.
people are just like
Right, small fry, hang
how
back."
cute, bud. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in that.
Right.
But it seems that this is a big seller for the Nintendo Switch.
I bet.
Hold on, I'm gonna actually look up.
Is it exclusive?
Think
It is exclusive for Switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard on any other platform.
Hold on.
Dylan's looking something up. We're getting live sales figures, people.
Oh,
That's live sales figures.
look at the crowd go.
As of April 5th, they already passed 70 million copies.
What? That's insane. What? No, that can't be right.
I'll show you.
70 million? That's like getting up to like GTA 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, the series.
Oh, okay. I'm like, holy shit. People love Monster.
Right now, they're at about 7.5 million.
Okay.
Which is still highly like respectable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still going to be. That's going to keep rising.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I like
Stop.
the game.
Stop.
They won't sell another copy, Dylan.
Right.
Never,
It
never,
just
never.
stops now. Like,
You know what? I had a hell of a time finding a physical copy of this. I actually had to go to a GameStop to get it.
oh, really?
Well, I was going to ask someone to get it for me from Target because they already worked there. But she's like, well, it's sold out. I'm like, really? Apparently.
Right. Guess what? I'm going to go somewhere where nobody ever buys games. I'm going to go to GameStop. They're gonna-
Radio Shack.
Right.
Well, I even asked like the cashier, and he's like, Monster Hunter Rise? I'm like, yeah, like a very popular video game. You work here, dude.
Like, what?
He was cool. I gave him 5 stars. I always give him 5 stars.
Good for you.
Corporate life is hell.
Yeah. I have really not been playing anything of like for any significant amount of time. I've just been kind of like dabbling here and there, just kind of going through
Staring at the blank wall.
I'm just kind of going through the phase of like nothing's really sticking. I'm just kind of like not
I'm
playing
ready to
games.
start a new game.
Right. I'm looking forward to like Resident Evil 8 that comes out next week. So that'll probably be one I'm looking forward to. I have been playing a game called I mentioned it before many months ago. I'm still playing it. This game like never ends, but it's just a fun little platformer. It's called Cyber Ninja or Cyber Shadow, I should say, and it's on Game Pass, kind of like Ninja Gaiden-y.
Is that the one with a lot of wall running?
A lot of wall running, a lot of like environmental, like just precision jumps and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm having a good time. I can tell a lot of people pieced out in this game like pretty early because now I'm getting achievements that are like story based. You know, like congratulations, you completed chapter 5 or you made it, to this. And every achievement I get now is like rare, like you get the little diamond.
It's the pro and the con of Game Pass. Like,
Right.
If it's free, you put less value in it.
Yeah.
Inherently. Yeah.
I'm surprised at how long the game actually is, but I would say if you like those just kind of like precision platformers that are, they test your metal a little bit, I would try that out. Still played Persona 5 Strikers a little bit. I'm just getting this vibe, the same vibe I got when I first played the first Persona 5, where it just wasn't really resonating with me at the time. And
A little black cat is telling you to go to bed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, right. In my head, Mona's there. Yeah, it's just like, okay, I'm not really feeling this right now, but I will come back to it. But I actually booted up for the fuck of it last night. I booted up Sekiro, not having played it in like a while. I'm just like, I had a couple beers. I'm like, let's go visit Sekiro for a little bit. Jumped in, beat the fucking boss. I couldn't like beat like 8 million times.
Can I guess which boss it is?
Oh, it's just the bull guy. Like I couldn't beat the bull back in the
day. Near the gates of the castle.
Yeah. So I just got in there and I was just like, I didn't give a fuck, and I think maybe sometimes
that's the zen you need.
Sometimes that actually helps when you're just like, I don't give a shit.
Caring too much always hurts.
Yep. And I fucking took that thing down and I'm like,
okay, now
awesome,
you're in the castle.
But now I'm like, do I have the headspace to be in a Souls game now? Because I was excited to like, okay, I can actually go on. I can actually go on, but at the same time, I'm like, do I want to get wrapped up in this? No.
I mean, it's fucking awesome.
Man, I know. I mean, that gameplay is so good.
Controversial.
And I'll tell you,
that's going to be one of my things.
I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
third-person action.
It helped me with my blocking skills because it seems like the window in Sekiro now actually seems more forgiving than some of the blocks in Valhalla. So I'm like,
Were you a big parrier in Bloodborne? I can imagine not.
No.
Because that's how Sekiro kind of came second nature to me.
Okay,
is because I would always use the gun and I would always parry, and I just got good at that. Mm-hmm. That's literally what they were building off of, though. So if you weren't following the whole Souls-like, or not Souls-like, the whole From Software version of these games, if you weren't following them all the way through, I can understand how you might have gotten a little lost.
Yeah.
Are you a shield person in Dark Souls?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, you're a shielder. Gotcha.
I am a shielder.
That's A-okay.
Hey, thank you.
It exists there for a reason.
Yes. Other than that, just been watching a lot of movies. So...
Cool.
Yeah, that is what we've been playing. Guys, you ready to move into the topic?
I'm ready.
Of the show. Okay.
Mortal Kombat!
So as we announced, we are going to be talking some of our most controversial gaming opinions. Maybe they're not controversial to you. Dear listeners, we want to know yours. So as you're listening and also get your reactions to some of ours. Mm-hmm. So please feel free to write us at hairofthedogcast@gmail.com or add us at Twitter. Become a Patreon pal, and you will get on our most excellent Discord filled with some most excellent folks.
Yes, everyone's very nice.
Yep, and we're all on there, and we jib and jabber with each other all the time. Okay,
jib and jabber.
Guys, who wants
so how are we going to do this? Are we going to do list all of them, just go for it, and then attack?
Let's go round, you share one, you share one, I share one.
Oh, I see how this is going to go.
So I'll start because we were just talking about Sekiro.
Yeah.
Sekiro is the best Souls game.
I've heard you mention that before, and I actually thought about that last night when I was playing. I'm like, I remember Dylan said this is the best.
I still believe it, and this might actually be controversial because people they hold everything else in this series in such like high regard. I think a lot of people
genre.
I think a lot of people kind of skipped this one. Mm-hmm. The sales numbers prove it. People didn't quite understand what the game was. They were like, oh, another samurai game. Ghost of Tsushima looks more interesting, yada, yada. Especially at the time it came out in 2019.
Yeah.
I was late to this party as well. I was like, really? I hear it's really difficult. But I shouldn't have been so stupid because that's exactly what they said about the Souls games, and I've beaten every single one of them. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, yeah.
You have it within you.
I played it. It was during the 3 weeks last year where I got higher than I've ever been in my life, and I played this game just like drooling onto my own shirt and like eating chili cheese Fritos. And I just got so into it. I was immediately like, oh, everything about this game it feels like a Ninja Gaiden game should.
Yeah.
The traversal is absolutely brilliant.
It does feel great. Like I just mentioned, like just the grappling hook. It has the best movement for sure of any Souls game.
There's a chaos to the battles that you are missing in Bloodborne or Dark Souls. And the chaos extends to you as well. Like, you can't take hits. Like, you're not really upgrading your life. These enemies have the ability to get at you no matter what. Mm-hmm. And so it's literally just like either they're going to best you or you're going to best them. Yeah. And there's no there's not a lot. There are no ways to cheese in this game.
It's based on skill alone.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that I just
don't have.
Like, some of the Dark Souls games, I min-maxed like a motherfucker just to get past some of the...
the first Dark Souls, if you're not playing online with some people helping you towards those final bosses, it's fucking difficult.
Yeah. I've never had any outside help on any Souls game, so like...
You just didn't want to deal with it?
Yeah, I guess I was always afraid of playing with people. They think I was shitty. But that's a pretty controversial, I would say.
I don't know how controversial. I think it's very opinionated, but that's my starter. Yeah. That's my starter. I think we save the big stuff towards the end. So if you've got something less controversial,
I will say I'll piggyback on that because we were just talking about From games, and I do have a From one.
Okay.
I think From with their Souls games, as their fans age, I think these games do need a difficulty setting, at least to bring it down a little bit, or some kind of adaptive difficulty.
Or a way to play through without thinking. Where you can, some people...
No, because look,
that's not that type of game.
I still want to think about it, and I'm not saying like, no, I want a baby like
an easy
tourist
playthrough
mode or anything. I don't want like future games dumbed down for younger players with the dexterity and the fucking
that was the reason Dark Souls became so popular.
Yep.
It's because they were unapologetic about. I mean, what are your reflexes getting worse, Tom?
Yeah,
are they,
dude? It's called getting older. Yeah, absolutely.
God. Well, I mean, like,
I did crush Sekiro last night, so I don't know, but I definitely have noticed a dip as I get older. But the thing with Souls is, okay, I played it as a young pup. I'm invested in these fucking games. I love them. Now, I don't want there to be a time where I just can't play them anymore. I want to be able to enjoy them and get through them. And yes, I still want a challenge, but something that can adapt to, as your fans age. You know what I mean? Yeah. And
very controversial. People don't. I don't like. I honestly don't. I don't like it when people cater in general with art. It's just kind of who I've always been. It's just like, it's like sometimes you have to if you're trying to sell something, of course. But at the same time, the thing you always had to admire about these games, and they wouldn't be nearly as popular if they weren't like this. There's something to be said about allowing something to fly free.
Yeah.
And I actually think if death is one of the main mechanics of this game, because it is in this series, like, then your death has to mean something every single time. If you're not dying, you can actually completely break the core of what the video game is. like the entire structure is built off of you going into an area, getting fucked up, figuring it out, and then eventually doing it. Now, how quickly you do that, who knows? And I think...
Well, I'm thinking in terms of Sekiro. So, the Dark Souls games, you can just fucking farm and, grind. And basically,
get enough stamina
brute
to
force
block.
your way through any situation.
That was my first time playing the game.
You know what
I can't judge people for that because I was a shield, like big heavy armor, shield, sword, and I would just be like slash, and then I would kind of back away.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So when Sekiro came along, and there are upgrades per se, but there's no real leveling.
No, there isn't.
To the extent of like Bloodborne or Dark Souls.
You just gain more skills.
Yeah, and
which it's like a fighting game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not my place to figure out how to do it and still be true to the game. But I do think there is a place to have a bit of a lower difficulty or adaptive difficulty if you show your ID to the PlayStation camera and tell them that you are over 40.
Shut up, Tom.
Anyways,
shut up.
That's my controversial opinion. Tell me I'm an idiot.
Shut the hell up, Tom.
Stop it. Hey, Josh.
Oh, hey, Tom.
What's your controversial opinion?
Oh, I got some controversy here.
Okay.
Boys, girls, buckle up.
Right.
Put your pants
Final
on.
Fantasy sucks.
Yeah, I could just easily say RPGs suck, and yeah, they do. I'm sorry. To me, they do. GameCube controller is trash due to their ABXY placement.
Ooh, you're going to cause some fucking
everybody likes their
controversy.
stupid button GameCube controllers. Yeah, they're fucking stupid. They're
Okay,
not
just
symmetric.
button layout? What
yeah,
about...
yeah, actually,
Okay.
the big A button and all them surrounded, all three above around.
You're
like,
a fucking monster. It didn't feel
doesn't
good
make
to
any
you?
fucking sense.
The triggers where they just click
Oh,
in?
that's fine. I feel like they really missed,
Okay.
just kept it the way Nintendo had it.
So you're not saying that the entire controller's
No,
trash, just the button
but
layout.
because of that, the four buttons, the ABXY,
Yeah.
that controller is.
What's better to you, the N64 controller or the GameCube?
Well, at least the N64 controller has the buttons like in a symmetric kind of like pattern, like.
The camera buttons? Or
The stupid tiny C buttons, which I don't like tiny buttons, which is why I don't like the standard Switch controller.
Is it the fact that you're so used to like other controllers that this one trips you up if you were to ever use it, or is it?
I have used it, and I can always adapt. I still don't like it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can actually see where you're coming from.
That's like one thing that grinds my gears is a PlayStation fanboy or an X-Boy fanboy saying either
X-Boy fanboy.
X-Boy fanboy. Well, what would you call them, huh?
I don't know, transgender.
Okay. Well, if an X-Boy fanboy's got a problem, like, a PlayStation controller is garbage. Actually, you're both garbage if you have that opinion because they're both the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, whatever. Those are both fucking phenomenal controllers. If you can't play on either one or you think one sucks, you suck at video gaming. Straight up.
Wow.
I like that. That's actually controversial.
That's pretty
itself.
That
Bam.
got my blood pressure.
I'm just whipping
boiling.
it out.
Tom's over here concerned about his aging adult
And you guys are
mind.
talking about that and this shit.
Retirement's a real thing. I need to start saving.
Remote control.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to run out of water. We'll be fighting in water wars.
You know, I watched Waterworld and passed out last night. Just saying. Kevin Costner drinks his own pee.
Dennis Hopper's finest moment.
I actually love that movie. It's fun.
Jeez, yeah, this is controversial. Wow. Damn.
Waterworld is a good movie. Fuck y'all.
Fuck video games. Just controversial opinions.
Welcome to the
This just
Watercast.
got good.
Right.
This got good here.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of, Dylan just finished his beer, and we're on
Sorry, we
to
didn't talk about this.
Drecker Brewing. We got a Slang du Jour Sour a la Mode, Blueberry Lemon Cobbler Edition.
It's really good. I just had to drink it a little quick because I don't like pulp or anything
Acidity.
too much.
Oh, yeah, these are more of a smoothie style.
Yeah,
Plus
it's got a bit in it, and it's
Just
just
sours lend themselves to like slamming for me.
I love the taste, and it's actually not that sour. I'll be honest.
Well, the lemon gives it the most sour.
But it's actually quite it's
tasty.
fruitier rather than like what a standard sour does, where you just kind of go and it kind of puckers your lips a little. This one's different.
pucker.
Fucking pucker.
Yep.
So what do you got to say to that, huh? You get controller shit, huh? Bring it on. I'm standing radio,
I mean,
guys.
if you were going to say the
I'll fight you.
GameCube controller sucks, I would have to have words, but I agree
It does
that
suck because of the ABXY. Sorry.
Yeah, but your assessment that the PS4 controller is as good as the Xbox controller does not stand up in court.
You suck at gaming, Tom. If you can't handle
We're just saying it's not as good.
It's not as good.
I'm not saying
the Xbox controller
I'm saying
still is the
they're
best.
both very good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's not like they're very good controllers.
Now, Tom, you've spent time with the DualSense.
Yeah.
And now, how do you feel? 'Cause I haven't spent time really with it.
I haven't spent a large amount of time, but that is definitely Sony's best controller that they have made so far.
I'm so excited to
and
own one.
not just like all the gizmos in it, like the feel of it.
Sure.
I have big hands, and it definitely is the most comfortable controller that they've made.
Right, yeah. Okay, yeah. I've always liked the way it feels. I just haven't spent a ton of time with it. And as to the GameCube, there is something about that always felt a little Fisher-Price.
Oh, the
about
color,
the GameCube
the color
controller.
schemes,
Like aesthetically?
Both.
the yellow
Okay,
buttons,
Both that
the red
and the
button.
feel.
Yeah.
I would argue that the Wavebird is their best.
Yeah.
It's the best iteration
I've
and
always wanted to
best
try
function.
one.
I've got a Wavebird.
Me too.
I fucking love the Wavebird.
I don't.
It is so it's that is probably one of my top controllers though. It actually has weight to it. Mm-hmm. They're always afraid that their controllers are too heavy.
Yeah.
That's why literally every single controller they make just feels like a hunk of plastic.
I mean, back in the day when GameCube was their latest system, I mean, that was my favorite, the best controller out of all the systems at the time.
it was responsive as hell.
between the Duke and the fucking
Analog.
PS2 controller, you know? So.
Yeah, the DualShock too. Phew.
You couldn't play on that thing. Just picking up a controller and
sucked.
playing. Better
It
than
sucked.
the GameCube
the
controller.
PlayStation, the original PlayStation controller, the DualShocks, like we dealt with them. They're by no means any good.
Better than the 6-axis, though, when that came out for PS3, where it didn't have the
It's
rumble,
the same controller.
but it was like a featherweight. Like
yeah,
it had no
it weighed
heft to it.
It felt like nothing. You drop it, it break.
Wow. All right. No more controller talk.
Fuck your controllers.
All right, Dylan. Hit us. Hit us, baby.
Better be naughty.
I'm fucking. Oh,
Better
it's
make
gonna
me
be
pee a little.
raunchy. Guys, I really hate Ubisoft games.
Whoa.
I
Even
realize.
the rabbits?
In particular, what the most?
I want to be honest with you, and maybe it's because I've been so burnt in my life, but these open world, checkpoint to checkpoint, fucking Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, they're all the same fucking video game. And I don't mind an open world game. I don't mind an open world game, but they're literally building the next thing on the skeleton of the old thing. So they're like taking Frankenstein, ripping off all of his skin, and then slapping some new skin onto it. And I'm just like, at this point in my life, I'm like, if you're not going to give me any incentive
Like
to
a new
explore this
feeling.
world, yes.
I agree.
When Far
I
Cry-
like Far Cry, but
Right.
I still agree. I feel like I'm playing the same game.
When Far Cry 3 came out, I immediately said, this is a great video game.
Yeah.
They're going to ape this shit to death. And that's exactly what they've done. They've only made that game. Now,
Honestly,
they've iterated. I think the iteration has been fine. I loved Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I'll die on that hill. Still the best pirate game ever made. But am I excited to play another one of these things where they give me these giant worlds full of mostly nothing, to climb towers, to look around a little, and then, I don't know, go to the shoe shining place to shine a shoe, and then like it's just a cutscene that plays out, and it's like, congratulations, you shined a shoe. Here's like $20 in video game money.
Do you feel like
that's what Assassin's Creed feels like to me sometimes? It's just like, you did kind of a thing. Oh, now just there are little glowy things hidden around the map. Go find the hidden glowy things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Now you have to kind of like figure it out. It's like, but if you don't get all the glowy things, you won't find the real cool thing.
You won't
It's like,
find the glowiest thing.
yeah, that's all they are. And I
Do you
wish.
remember when Ubisoft made the racing game The Crew? And it was a racing game, but it also had towers that you had to like.
I knew they made it. I didn't know anything about the game.
I'm talking like standard Ubisoft games because like Go. Yeah, go.
I was
ahead.
gonna. Have you played the new style Assassin's Creed from Origins?
I have,
Online?
yeah.
Okay.
I have, yeah. Which I think is much better, but only due to the fact that I like history and I like atmosphere. Those games still I always drop off of because at some point I don't like video games that make me question what video games are and why I'm doing it. Because if it's not like keeping me entertained, letting me understand why I'm having fun, then the critic in me, as our listeners know, is extremely at the forefront of all the shit I play. So it's like if I'm having to question like, man, what the fuck am I doing with my life as I'm playing a video game?
Why is this game 150 hours?
It's just, okay, like there's got to be a way, like, and maybe to your point, like dumb it down a little for me. Give me like a straightforward, like, don't give me a ton of side quests.
Yeah.
Let that all kind of be icing on the cake for everyone else. Mm-hmm. I would love to be a Viking. Are you kidding me? I want to play Valhalla. Obviously, I'm fucking borrowing the shit out of that when you're done. But
well, you may.
Thank you. But it's becoming harder and harder. And maybe this is more of a gripe against open world games and how uncreative they are. I hear the word open world games, and I don't immediately think like, wow, that's so big. Right. Now I'm just like, really? And here's the thing, Death Stranding, an open world game, but that game is literally about traversing the landscape.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's what you do in the game. And so it's like every little rock kind of means something. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I've just become jaded, but...
No, do you like mindless games? Or you like, I want to play some, but I don't want to try?
I like all types.
That's kind of like how I look at Far Cry games. They're pretty easy pick up and play for me.
I like their stealth.
Say if I'm like, I'm toast from work, but I want to play something, but I enjoy playing Far Cry games. But it gets to a point where I'm like, I really got my fill out of this one.
Yeah.
The elephant was cool for an hour.
Same here. Same for me with this.
Yeah.
I think that's when I dropped off. I'm like, okay, now I'm just gonna use the elephant every time. What the fuck are you doing?
Right, yeah. That's the same for me with Assassin's Creed. I really do like those games. I mean, they're one of the few games where I actually just buy the season pass, just outright it, because I know I'm going to play it. But yeah, I mean, there comes a time where, especially with Valhalla, now that we're 3 games deep into this new formula, where I was just like, yeah, I am just this is the same,
It's a bit much.
It's great because I do like to listen to podcasts, and it feels great. It feels good. So it's
I've only they're mastering their traversal. They're mastering like everything about their combat. It seems like it's actually taking skill now. It's not just the Batman Arkham parry and like riposte and like push them away. That's important to me. Like, you can't just get into any situation and just know how to time button presses.
Yeah, there's too much of a good thing. There is such a thing.
Yeah, and I love Assassin's Creed, but there's also a part of me that wishes, frankly, that like they would release one every 3 years. Mm-hmm. Get people excited for these things again, because I know they've got their fans, but...
Yeah. Steep was a good snowboarding game.
I played a bit of that. Played a bit of that.
All right, open world games.
Open world games. I would argue Ubisoft. Yep.
Sorry. All right. Fuck you, Ubisoft. Dylan hates you, even though he wants to borrow my Assassin's Creed.
He does.
Also, I would really like to. I would like if you hired me for something. I don't know. I'll clean your.
I can edit. Dylan thinks you're great.
Dylan thinks you're okay.
All right, here I go. All right, Last of Us. It's not a masterpiece.
No, it's not.
As a game, like actual gameplay, for me, it doesn't even transcend to great.
Nope.
It's a decent experience, a decent story for a quote unquote for a video game.
Yep.
Okay. But if you judge the game like strictly on gameplay, and right now I'm just talking about the first one because I think the second one is like that times a billion. But if the game is just okay. Like the gameplay,
it's not good.
It's just it's not great. It's like it's a dumb stealth game.
Difference between great and good and okay.
It's
okay is borderline.
The
bad.
stealth in this
Let's say it's good.
The stealth in this is rinky dink.
Because I know a lot. I haven't played it. I watched a lot of video on it, but a lot of people put that as the top PS3 game. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
God of War
It's Sony's
3.
fucking,
I'm like, well, I'm like,
crown jewel.
there's so many great PS3 games. I'm like, you're gonna say that's the best? A lot of people do.
Because you had a story that was, I mean, if you put it in any other medium, it would be rote. I think.
I think people get. I think it's all about.
We want our games
think
to
it's
transcend
dangly-
the movies.
The emotion.
It's all dangly keys.
We want our Citizen Kane of video games, and God damn it,
We just need more
Last of
blood,
Us
and
did the
we need some
closest.
camp.
I agree with you, Tom.
Do you? Oh shit! Not
I
that
actually-
controversial. Fuck.
It's
not even
that
I
controversial
love
at
Last
all.
of Us. I think it deserves.
Damn it! No,
played
you're
it.
wrong. No,
last for Tom.
the way that people like really think that this game is like fucking Citizen Kane of video gaming. I'm like, I was affected by this game. I'm affected by a lot of games though. If I'm into something and the story is like halfway decently written,
Yeah.
you're gonna find me interested. Like I don't.
I play. Yeah, that's why I play for narrative experiences primarily. You know.
Yeah, and the stealth is weird. The creeping around corners. There's a lot of weird jank to even how Joel just moves in general.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the same.
It's a loose controlling
Janky
game.
Joel.
Well, that's what happened with Uncharted though. At least in that one though, like if you just wanted to fucking just go after people and like not stealth them or do anything, it doesn't matter because those games play the same. They're built, like I said, on the same skeleton.
Uncharted. No, I mean Uncharted plays different. Than that.
plays
I would take an
different.
Uncharted game 100 times over.
Oh, I will ditch Nathan Drake for Joel any day.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I-
controversial. Fuck you. You're wrong. Fuck you. Dylan.
I'll tell you.
Come on.
Sully, come on.
Elena, they have great They have
Fuck
great
the both of
chemistry.
you, huh?
Great chemistry. They talk to each other while they're walking, and you love that.
And then you just walk, and then you're like, oh,
but anyway,
look how pretty the sky
Conversation.
looks. The sky.
I will
cool.
save my thoughts for Last of Us 2 on volume 2 of this episode, like 3 years from now. But for me, I mean,
Oh, you'll cough it up one of these days. I know you fucking will, Tom.
and this
son of a bitch.
This isn't just like
dick.
this isn't just me like loving the game and then all of a sudden having sour grapes on it. Like I just didn't really enjoy it from the jump.
Is it because it's a downer experience?
No.
No, I love downer experiences.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's my life.
Well, there were so many times in that game where I wasn't even like pressing too hard on the controller. Instantly, Joel kind of like trips out of like out into an opening, and then everyone's on your ass. I'm just like,
Yeah,
I don't like. There was something that didn't work about the stealth in that. Where honestly, the best example of that working is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
I was gonna say it doesn't have the
If you're
Metal
talking
Gear
stealth
Solid.
to that degree,
So yeah. Give me a fucking Splinter Cell.
yeah,
Come on.
I'll take that.
Yeah. All right, Josh, hit me.
I'll hit you,
What
Tom. I'll
What's
hit
going to
you,
happen
Tom.
now?
I mean,
I'm afraid.
That big fucking
shaking in my
swagger.
boots.
Besides Game Pass, Xbox One is the biggest fail for a top tier system ever.
That's not controversial.
Yeah, not controversial. Moving on.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, everyone agrees.
Everybody's like Xbox fanboy. I know.
I think Microsoft would be like, yeah.
So here's the thing. Microsoft has
mean-
a lot of.
Even worse than the Wii U, due to expectations for Xbox One.
Well,
I
it's-
had more.
Well, okay, you think it's worse than the Wii U? I think I do think it's a worse system than the Wii U. Maybe that could be your controversial stance.
Sure.
I
than
actually
the
would
Wii U.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I like the Wii U. I do. I always will. I just think it's fun. I thought
lot of
they were
people
being
do.
creative.
Nintendo.
I thought they were being creative.
Yeah.
Like every single game I played on there, I was immediately like, "Wow, I just wish they made more for."
I say I
don't-
like
I
the
don't-
games on Wii U.
I don't
didn't
feel like
the Wii U.
it's any different than the Switch, except for like
There's not a lot of difference.
Yeah.
They
It's like
built
the same
people like fuck.
same
I don't know.
processing power almost.
like-
it's a facsimile.
And they wouldn't
It's like-
support the Wii U. Then all of a sudden, Switch comes out and they support it, and like, okay,
yeah.
all of a sudden,
people wanted that full portability.
people wanted to flip a coin, I guess.
Yeah, the Xbox One. The thing you have to remember about like the Xbox fanboys is that they're like, what do they call it? Dyed in the wool. Like they're the people who are like, they got the similar brand allegiance as people do to Nintendo. It's just kind of how it is. So it was going to sell no matter what.
They just like Mountain Dew and Doritos.
I mean, who doesn't though? I mean,
Nintendo.
have you
fan.
tried the sweet chili Doritos? So good.
Yeah, not bad.
It's one of my
Not
favorites.
bad.
Yeah, I think for sure it did kind of, it actually had an upward tick again after they kind of, they had a mea culpa and they just fucking were just like, oh, Game Pass, look, free games everywhere
Right.
if you just pay this. And then they're like, that's the reason I bought one, is because of Game Pass, and I got it used, but I still bought one. So I don't think, see, the Wii U didn't have that.
No.
So there
but it
lies
had
the
more
problem.
game options, in my opinion. Like, well, in the fact that their own
Exclusives?
games, yes,
Yeah.
exclusives.
Yeah.
Well, that's Nintendo, you know.
Yeah, I get that, but Xbox is like you're.
Oh, they dropped the ball this gen.
And how do you know?
Absolutely.
I mean, I know they did buy, but Bethesda and all that, but
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
see what happens with that. If they don't make I feel like they got to make every game exclusive, otherwise there's no reason to own an Xbox.
They're selling out just as quick.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
And that, I mean,
Well,
they don't
so-
want you to own an Xbox. They don't care if you own an Xbox
What new
so much.
games are coming out that are Xbox exclusive? That's
gotta
besides Bethesda.
You gotta wait, man.
If you don't tell me anything, there's no reason to own.
I don't think that's how they win the war though. Their processing power is really good on that new fucking machine, and I think that being exclusive to the company of Microsoft and having Game Pass still, I'll say that it's already technically got more stock in me as a gamer because I've got an immediate library.
Well, you do right now with your Xbox One.
Yeah, but my Xbox One runs for shit. It's slow. We tried playing Halo 3 once. It didn't go great.
Halo
That was-
3.
I was
Co-op,
playing on my
yeah.
One X.
I thought you
that
guys
was
are
a
praising
plug-in.
your Xbox Game Pass. I can play PS3 games and 4 games and stream them on PS4.
Well, I'll tell you this: my PC can run games better than that too. But
Yeah.
consoles have their value, and
Yeah.
I feel like if I wanted to fucking play on my fucking computer, I'd just be huddled up in the same place I draw, the same place I fucking sleep. It's just like, nah.
And the economics of the console makers has changed, or what is important to each company. Before it was always, who has the best exclusives, and it was just a head-to-head battle of that. Now, like all these companies, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, they're taking
Kinda doing their
different
own
track.
things.
They're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And kind of measuring their success on different metrics based on what they're doing. So,
But you're saying
the console wars are done,
Do you think
but they're still kind of.
Xbox doesn't need any exclusives? Say they only release 5 and 2 of them are good. None of them are great.
I'd like
Like
to see
last one.
I'd like to see them have exclusives, but that's not. Being a business guy, like to me, them putting their games on fucking systems, they want you to play the games. They make
Yeah.
their money on the software. So
There have been even rumors that if you have Game Pass, you could link it to a Nintendo account. Like there's talks of that still, because it seems pretty obvious that Xbox or like Microsoft wants their games to be played everywhere.
Nintendo doesn't play well with others, though.
they just want your subscription money.
Yeah, that's true, but you don't think they'd get their cut? I don't know.
Still.
At some point, if they had their own thing where you could play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and you don't have to pay $60 for a game that came out 9 years ago, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they would have their stuff on it too, and they wouldn't even call it Game Pass. They would call it like the Nintendo Bundle or something stupid, because obviously, and then they can charge more per year for their online service. It would finally be worth doing that. I mean, $20 a year is fine, but give us reasons to be in there, and I don't know, like even streamable stuff.
Yeah. But yes, Xbox One, colossal fucking fuck up.
Yeah.
Colossal. I agree.
Damn.
Yeah. Dylan, how about one more from you?
Sure.
And then we can hit some of the Discord folks, because we got some opinions from
Oh, shit.
some of our listeners, baby.
Oh yeah. I think pre-ordering is so dumb, and I actually think less of you if you pre-order
Oh,
anything.
Anything.
Yep.
Mine, too.
Shit.
I think
You don't
it is. I don't think I'm wrong, and I don't think people disagree with me, but I don't
You
think I
shouldn't
can
do it
express.
anymore.
Well, I don't think I can express just how much I'm like, why would you buy a product before you really even know what it is?
Even if it is hyped, Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
I
don't know who would.
I used to be in the game of trying to get the newest thing, and at a certain point, I'm like, who am I trying to fucking impress?
It's not limited.
No, it's not limited. Eventually, it's going to be there. I want a PS5 now because there will actually be things for me to play soon, and I get to play them in like the best form, like Resident Evil 8. I'm so excited to see that. I do need to watch you play some of that, by the way, when you get that. I'm not going to get a PS5 right away.
I'll let you watch it.
Yeah,
I'll let you watch.
But I just think it's so stupid to be like, we announced the next thing. Hurry up and get in line to get it. Why?
Yeah.
Like this is how scalpers are created. This is why we're in the pickle that we're in right now.
Yeah.
It's why someone's sitting on like 12 boxes of PS5s just in their garage somewhere, hoping you sell it on eBay for $100 more. Yeah. It's just like if
so you're talking hardware or software? Both. Okay.
Might as well be both.
Because
do people never really
I think
learn
software
their
is a
lessons?
different animal than hardware.
I think it's. I don't think so. Consider the Red Ring of Death. Mm-hmm. That was an inherent flaw that people started seeing a month after the Xbox 360 came out, and everyone was killing each other to get that fucking thing.
Right.
And what happens when that gets the red ring? Well, you can't get another one because guess what? There are no more, and they're all getting red ring too. It's just like,
You don't
all right,
want one. Shit.
why wouldn't I want them to fucking work out the bugs? Why are we so desperate to be at the height of consumerism?
Because you want to be that one guy that has it.
But is that actually
in a box
impressive?
for 3 months?
But do
Because I got one and I don't have to play it, but I got it and you don't.
Exactly. I'm like now I'm ready. Like this is how I treated the PS4 too. I'm like, I'll work out the kinks, and then I'll get another round of it later. Like it's fine. Like, do I really need to be like? I got one. Is it like a mental like fear of missing out? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I do think it's that. I think it's now that scalping has got a thing. Just talking strictly in hardware, I think. Yeah, I mean, pre-ordering software
is dumb.
It's
You're
just giving them an interest-free loan.
Yeah,
and who knows what state the game gets released in.
The only things I remember pre-ordering is if I see like a really beautiful collector's edition that I know is going to be hard to find.
That limited availability, yes, totally understandable.
And I understand why those editions exist is because there is a stock that people put in ideas. So like if I pre-ordered Dark Souls 2, but I got a statue with it, like. And so
the pre-order
like,
bonuses.
I don't like those though. I don't like in-game pre-order bonuses.
I like it, but I don't.
Give me swag related to it and make me pay more. Fine, because I have a tangible thing I can touch and look at.
I want the Master Chief helmet.
Remember when GameStop used to just give you cool shit all the time?
I
haven't gotten anything for
really
years.
hip on the Miller Park one for a long while, and they used to be just like, well, nobody came in for like our midnight launch of blah blah blah. Do you want like this thing? And then they'll hand it to you, like those type of pre-order bonuses, like in-store.
I got
pre-order
shirts
bonuses
too.
Yeah, I've gotten shirts. I got an Ocarina of. I'm still so mad my mom threw it away. It was EB Games Ocarina of Time black and white shirt, and it was like an XXL. And so I would wear it as a sleep shirt as like a 10-year-old boy. And and it was like my play shirt, and I would be like, oh, look at Sword Guy here. I didn't know I haven't been playing it much, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, give t-shirts, give something, give people a reason to give a little bit more, because at this point I still don't think games should. Well, that's another controversial thing.
Oh boy!
I don't think all games should be worth $60.
Yeah, that was my first one that I have here. I said games should not cost a uniform $60, $70.
Yeah, it should.
I could see how some can be, but I see like a lot of them that are brand new. It's like, ooh, I played it and then finished it in 4 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
The time equals money thing, I don't always agree with, but I think that there's a metric there that can be followed.
So. Yeah, I said like I'd pay $100 for the next Elder Scrolls game because I get so much, so many hours of gameplay out of that.
Well,
plus,
dog the shit out of that.
If extra money maybe results in them hiring more people to create them at a quicker pace, I'm okay with that.
Oh, you don't think they're all little busy bees hard at work? I actually no, they probably
You mean
haven't even
re-releasing
started.
the last Elder Scrolls again in some format or a way, or 7 more?
Right, Skyrim on the toaster.
On the toaster. It's like
But I do agree with you with the pre-orders.
Yeah.
And let's visit.
I agree. Let's do it.
We asked our community, the Dogcast community, some of their controversial opinions, and let's see what they say.
I'm excited.
Ooh,
Okay.
shit.
Pikachu from our Discord, and remember, you can also get on our Discord by becoming a Patreon supporter. Go to patreon.com.
Get on the Discord, suckers.
Yep. He said, unpopular opinion, sports games are more complex than people give them credit. Madden and 2K have great RPG elements. I've been sucked into playing the same franchise for 50 plus hours just to level up players. I can't defend them on their money grabbing ways, unfortunately. And given the fact that I think, Josh, we share the sentiment, we can't play NBA 2K because we're too fucking dumb to play those games.
Oh, I played the last one because it was free.
I'm too fucking dumb to play NBA 2K.
I can play it, but like, there is something about those games that aren't like when it's getting too simulation where it's not fun.
Yeah.
And that with NBA 2K, that is, it looks amazing. Shit.
Phenomenal.
It looks so good.
Phenomenal.
But man, like the movement, the dribbling, like some of it's really good and some of it's like awkward, slow.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's not fun. It doesn't feel like a video game anymore.
Yeah.
So putting in NBA 2K7, the one with KG on the cover, that one was a blast. It still felt like a game,
You
but
can hit
it
one
looked
button to
great.
shoot.
Yeah,
One
I
button
mean,
steal.
it was very close to what it is now. It's just it played like you can alley-oop all the time and shit. It was fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not fun anymore,
Right.
and it has been that way for a long time.
And I think Pikachu here likes the fact that they are going into the simulation route.
Yeah.
I guess, Pikachu, if we're wrong about this, you let us know.
Well, with
Well, go for it. Yeah.
Madden thing, I get that with the playing the franchise modes. I used to play them all the time. Even like 8 years ago, I'd play a couple seasons and then be done for that year probably.
Sure.
But it is fun seeing certain players, rookies, and grinding up their stats and seeing where they are, seeing if you can get them in the Pro Bowl, seeing if you can get them to like a more elite player status. I get that, but like I feel like the game is so bad now and unplayable. If you've seen like the glitches they are now, like the new Madden has more glitches than probably any sports game ever made. Probably.
Yeah, this last one
It's
I heard was
beyond
nuts.
a joke, and this is actually a
QA'd it
sign.
all.
EA needs to fuck off. Our sports games are dead, and I love sports games.
Yeah.
I really would
Except
love
for
to.
baseball.
I'd love to play
in
in
pajamas.
So NFL 2K is announced they're making a
Dump
game.
truck asses.
Yeah.
So 2K is going to make a game, and people don't think about they made that WWE Battlegrounds game. It's like cartoony, big heads and stuff. And then they made the NBA Playgrounds game, and that game was kind of fun, but man, it's not NBA Jam, and it's not even close.
No.
I played the first NBA Playgrounds for a while just to play something different.
They need to bring out back that NBA game that came with the basketball controller that you would dribble. Do you guys remember that?
No.
Yeah.
I have no
A few
clue.
years, maybe like 10 years ago or something. Yeah, it was like an NBA Street with a fucking actual basketball
NBA
controller.
Street 2 was so good.
I think it was like the people that made like Tony Hawk Ride. They made the basketball game. All right, moving on to Rai JK. He's got three hot ones here.
just
let's
spit 'em
list
out.
up. He says the last good GTA was Vice City. Not sure about that one. That one's whew.
Those games are hard to play.
He said Eris is better as a dead character.
Correct.
Okay, we got one. I would say dead and no longer talks.
Loving it.
And just dead and loving it. Yeah.
Who's Eris?
Eris is the character from Final Fantasy VII who is technically alive within a story that is continual now. So
Why are they all alive? Shit.
I just want to
Yeah,
shoot myself in the face.
The Final Fantasy.
And he says, I haven't played a Zelda game since Oracle of Seasons and Ages, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Rai JK, Play Breath of the Wild.
It's fine. You don't have to. It's barely a Zelda game.
It's barely Zelda. It doesn't even count as a Zelda game. That's
shouldn't
why you
even.
should play it.
That's not even
Open
my,
world.
That was going to be one of my controversial takes, but I've said it too much on this podcast.
Yes, I can't just say RPGs suck because they do. Because I mean, I said it 100 times every
Well,
episode.
yeah.
Josh.
Fuck
right.
you guys.
Oh, no.
Gee, it's when you're just going to like it. Judge Tempest. He had a
Tempy
couple-
Wimpy.
He has a couple MMO hot takes. First one being, I loved it when playing Final Fantasy XI. When you died and you lost experience points, you could even level down and be out in the zone wearing all level 40 gear with nothing else. And if you dropped to 39, you were naked. I really enjoyed the punishment as it wasn't cheap if you died. It was on you, and I love that extra factor. That sounds like
that.
Dark Souls.
It's not punishment if you're naked.
Yeah.
Well,
or like
Boner.
Ghosts and Goblins with Dark Souls. If your
sure.
armor comes off and you're naked,
Well, I like the
I call
leveling.
that Tuesday.
I
or
like,
underwear.
I like having punishments for defeat. Like in Dark Souls, you still have that level you got to, and then you lose the souls that you had accumulated. But
Yeah.
I like the idea that, like, I don't know, you were level 50, now you're level 48. What are you going to do about it?
Okay.
Punish me.
I don't know. I haven't played enough MMOs to make a decision. That does sound interesting. But if I died and I lost a lot of cool gear, I probably would be very angry.
Cry.
Why
He
does
also
anybody
says-
wear clothes in video games? You know.
Exactly.
It's the only time I get to wear clothes.
Nobody poops in video games. Except for the horses in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Travis touchdown. He
Oh,
poops.
yes, as he saved the game. Okay, he also says, his last MMO take, he says, I also really love in MMO RPGs when you have to form your own parties. I get people don't have time and it's easy to auto-form, but then you don't really care about the party socially at all. If you have to form things yourself, you actually talk to and form friendships for the game with people you enjoy playing with, instead of just having a bunch of random encounters and racing through the thing you get paired up for.
RPGs and party in the same sentence.
So he likes to actually go, I guess, talk to people and be like, hey, man, you want to be in my party?
No, he's talking more along the lines of like the first Final Fantasy, where you have to build where you have to build your entire squad, or like Divinity: Original Sin, like.
No, he's talking about MMO RPGs. Like, he wants to form his parties by actually.
Oh, nobody
going
likes
and
me
talking.
enough for those.
Dylan's like, oh,
Dylan hates you.
go
Judge
away from
Tempest.
me, you
I
peasant.
wanted to be social.
We got one here from Kip, executive producer Kip, and I agree with this one. So no controversy here from me. He says, I enjoyed Resident Evil 6. It's nowhere near my favorite one, but I had fun playing it. I especially enjoyed Leon's campaign. The plot was over the top and dumb, but I think that about Resident Evil 5 as well. I found having online randos pop in for boss fights is always to be novel, even if I couldn't tell if they were actually helping or not. I know I'm stupid, and everyone hates this game, but I can't control the fact that I had a nice time with it. Kip, you are not stupid. Kip, you are very intelligent, and I'm here for you, man.
Man, Resident Evil 5 and 6 suck.
Like, I
I
know how
didn't play them. I'm just trying to be controversial.
I don't think that's
6 is
controversial.
not a great game. It's not a good Resident Evil game, but it is a good game, I think.
Yeah, I'll give it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like
He's
it's
an
like
executive
okay.
producer.
Well, I also don't think like that any of those games are particularly bad. I just think that it was clearly disjointed and kind of an oddball.
Yes. It's 4 games made by 4 different teams brought together on a disc.
Yeah.
Seemed like. This next one from Philly, one of our newer Patreon supporters. Thank you for your support, Philly. He says, games should not have multiple endings. If a player puts time into a main campaign, they should get to see what the end is. I'm all for fleshing out the story with hidden lore, power-ups, side missions, etc. The player can find these if they want, but a quote-unquote true ending shouldn't be withheld just because you didn't jump through the right hoops.
Yep.
Stop
I agree.
fucking with our hearts.
It's partially that. I mean, Persona games are infamous for this. And I was even saying, like, I think a way to fix this would be is if there were like a mode you could put like friendly reminder, make sure you do something like this
Right.
chapter, or
Yep.
or there are more auto saves and they hide the auto saves from you. So it's like if at the beginning of like a semester or like a month in Persona, they're like, listen, these are the things you're going to want to focus on. There should be a mode like that. If you don't want to have them, fine. But for people, you have to respect people's time.
You
period.
do. Yeah.
People bought this. They spent money on this.
And it would be nice to at least just maybe get tipped off, have a roadmap to say like, hey, if you don't get the fucking beat this boss in this cellar or get this chest, you're not going to get the best weapon of the game, and then you're not going to get the the best ending. I agree with that as well. Unless a game, I think if it plays into the gameplay somehow, where multiple endings are part of the game, like
if it's fun, like Chrono Trigger has a bunch of like different endings, and I don't feel like it's hard to get any of them, because you get the idea. Like,
yeah, but if you're playing through, like, we talked about in the last episode, Persona 5 Royal, and you've already played Persona 5 before, all 120 hours of it. I think Brad mentioned that, and then there's still a chance you could miss the fucking actual additional content.
Oh, yeah.
Not that that's necessarily an ending, but
yeah,
Philly, good one. All right, we're gonna end with our buddy Jay Business, our pal from Down Under. He has two of them here. Yeah. I'm sorry, Jay Business.
It was hot.
I'm
so turned on.
He says, with the trend towards digital release and whatnot, I don't see the need for there to still be huge delays in region-specific titles existing. As a Southern Hemisphere resident, the fact I can still wait months for releases behind the US and the EU is depressing as all hell. That's a distribution/licensing issue, I know, but still. Yeah, that does kind of suck.
Well, it's pretty wild. I think it has a lot to do with, I think, the Australian government's like, I think they've got more of a vested interest in what they're actually releasing.
Yes.
I don't know if I agree with that at all, but like
their ratings board is
crazy.
It's crazy. They definitely do not.
They're like pills in a game, a company has to like take them out.
Yes.
Or like I don't know. Like in so many ways they're so progressive over there, but then in so many ways they're like weirdly conservative. And so I'm always just like, I'm really good for you, Australia. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. And I can't be one to judge. I live in fucking America.
I remember a few years ago, when I was just kind of looking at a map, I'm like, do I want to live in the States, Wisconsin my whole life? Where do I want to go? And I was looking at Australia. I'm like, it'd be cool to live here.
The internet's trash.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie and say that didn't cross my mind. I'm like, oh, but what if a new console comes out and I have to wait 6 months for it, or a year, or a game?
This is something you love. It's something you enjoy.
Yeah,
it's
that did cross my mind. That's how much of a loser I am.
No.
I could see kangaroos, but no. I'm like, oh, I want my Grand Theft Auto.
No, I want to eat a kangaroo. I never get to eat it. I want to eat a kangaroo. I'm wondering if Jay Business can tell me how a kangaroo tastes.
Jay Business, send us a kangaroo. Just the meat.
They barbecue kangaroo.
Philly cheesearoo.
They're like cows over there.
Yeah.
What's that?
Philly cheesearoo.
Honestly, that's not bad.
Yeah. And his final one is Xenoblade Games should abandon all dubs because that god-awful British light voice acting sucks hard.
They are technically British actors in those games.
Yeah, I'd say take out Ricky.
Ricky! Ooh, Ricky!
Ricky's
hero porn!
But yeah, I do. That can lick my balls.
Oh, I hate all the Nopon.
Yeah.
I hate all the Nopon.
Josh,
I think
you would
Shulk.
hate that.
I
Make you hate
God.
RPGs.
I hate it.
RPGs.
I hate it.
But I thought some
He
of the.
sounds worse in Japanese, by the way.
Oh my God,
He does.
Jesus, that can't be possible.
Yes.
I thought some of the Cockney, like the over the top fucking Dick Van Dyke, Mary Poppins acting was
Here's the thing,
endearing a little bit. So.
But it's also
Charla, I'm doing it for you, Charla.
it was done.
Monado.
It was at the English voice acting was done in the UK. This is my only problem with the thought.
They are actual
Yeah, there's no one there who isn't actually like they got Jenna Coleman from Doctor Who. Like Shulk is like I don't know what I think the issue always extends from the fact that you can't match mouth movements and you can't like really act like these characters. So I don't know, like take it or leave it. I think at least they express emotion properly.
I say dub them all with Australian actor Paul Hogan. R.I.P.
Oh well,
Every character on the hero pawn.
I'm the hero, mate.
I'd fucking love that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I would. Or give it to us here at the Dogcast.
Yeah. I'm ready to get into.
Are you going to be?
career.
We have quite a voice acting
Ricky.
crew today.
Say Thomas Hero Pond.
That's Al Pacino. Tom is Hero Pod.
Yes.
Hey. Fuck you too! So, okay. Those have been some of our controversial opinions. We will explore these further down the line in future episodes as well. And as we mentioned earlier, please let us know yours. Honestly, we will read them off on a future Dogcast. And you all had a lot of fun. It's
been lovely.
Time.
I had a great time.
Even Brad wasn't here. He missed a good one, even though we miss him.
He did good.
Oh, he has to work, and tomorrow he's getting a tattoo.
Oh, he's
For
really
the
upset
Dogcast.
about the tattoo.
Yeah, he's really...
Oh, he's like, what a burden on my life.
Yes.
Permanent body modification. As he has a sleeve of Kubrick tattoos.
So yeah, Brad is honoring his New Year's resolution given to him by Mr. Josh Miller, the troubadour.
He could have wore
by
a
getting-
wig for like 10 years.
Getting a video game tattoo tomorrow. So we wish him the best.
Worn a wig.
Right. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Please, like we said, contact us, hairofthedogcast@gmail.com. We are available on Twitter.
At Hot Dogcast.
Damn right. On Instagram.
At Hot Dog, here are the Dogcast.
Good
We
job. Yeah, that works.
heard of the
That fucking works.
Gramcast, Instacast.
And you can also find us on Patreon. That's the most important.
It is.
Get involved.
Not because, because we really appreciate
supporting
the
us
support.
supports
but
us.
You get some cool stuff too. You get
Yeah.
exclusive content, like access to the Discord, and you get our episodes in a higher bitrate and with no ads.
Well, most of the raw dogs you're ever going to get is right behind that paywall.
And
We
you
always
want
do
that.
a part 1. Sometimes we lock away that part 2. Sometimes you don't get access to it right away.
Naughty part 2. You don't want to know what happens in that part 2. Or
Honestly,
three.
you
Number
also,
2 is our
honestly, you
order.
also get Doggies After Dark, and I'm going to quote, man, I wish I hadn't gotten off the Patreon. I could have listened to this shit. It's because he's like, that was fun. I'm like, yeah, it's Doggies After Dark.
Jesus Christ. Come on, man.
Things get a little kinky, you know, after 9
get
o'clock.
back at it, baby.
Oh, you want to hear me blab more? Yeah, okay.
All right, well, from all of us here at the Dogcast, I'm Tom. This is
Dylan.
and
Jay Joshi.
uh-huh.
And Mortal Kombat's better than Street Fighter in every way.
Oh, that's...
Controversial.
Why didn't you fucking say that earlier? Because that's a
Just-
topic.
Guys, settle down. Save it.
Son of a
Save it
bitch.
for the podcast.
Whoa.
All right.
Saved it for the
See you
end.
guys. And
Naughty.
fatality. I don't know.
Finish him, Tom. Finish the episode.
All right.
Nicely done.
Oh my god. All right. Bye.
Finish him, Tom.